I'm focused. I've been watching for the omens. I've been listening to everything you said. It's been running through my head, locked and loaded. I got the feeling that you know it. Yeah, I've only just begun. I won't stop until it's done, till you're broken. So welcome to the fire. I'm the one with the lighter. Flame that burning through your veins as we're walking through the flames, getting higher. Bigger they are, harder they fall.
We return to the dark, the edge of the 12th of Men. A group of slightly sweaty, chilly, frost-breathed-filled adventurers move away from the edge of a central mountain in the center of a larger valley. The cliff nearby shadows them as they move around the edge and away from the direction they came from, away from the view of the southern area of Kula, or the northern side of Kula, the southern side of where they are now. The elevation that they walk changes. It shifts. The land beneath their feet grows in height. The natural soils begin to shift to a rougher, more dispersed amount of soil, to a greater amount of stone. The cold chills and the small amounts of petal flowers of winter, even in summer, coat the stone floor, creating this approaching grey and white barren landscape. And a surprise to the hilly area before, where they had come from, this appears to be very, very flat. Only ahead can they see one or two rough, rocky ridges that create some type of elevation between them and the distant edge of the valley's tall mountains. We return to the darkening of light, where darkness takes the party as they bend around the mountain. They no longer see the sun. Instead, that ominous orange glow, orangish brown and with reds, that glow highlights above the kind of thin yet dense or heavily covered area ahead of you of the high clouds, the ones that are mainly transparent, and they would be patches of lovely white and grey if they were on Earth. Here they are darker hues of grey and even strange brownish tints. No snowfall falls yet, but that will probably soon happen. You guys break the edge of the cliff that you had moved around the side of, and you know that you are moving up in elevation towards a higher area of land. Again, for Moki, it's unfamiliar, it's strange, like it should be familiar, but behind you, because of the elevation you have, you notice that the skin grafter, the giant flood troll that had given you map and direction, had fled in the opposite, knowing that there were creatures following him. And as you only glance back before the mountain completely obfuscates the range behind you, the eastern side of the range, you did notice 3 black dots closer in the direction of the Krula town. 2 broke away towards the lumbering troll-like form, and 1 broke in your direction. Then you moved behind the mountain and took its cover and used it to progress you forward. 30 minutes of travel until you break that edge of the mountain. It's not particularly big, but it has large outer slopes that curve around, heavily windswept and smoothed. You walk upwards until no more dirt is beneath your feet, and it is just stone. Now you look ahead west to the open plains. What do you do? And more specifically, who is the one leading this expedition?
What do we get from the town?
the scavenged amount of supplies. You got a bit of chain, rope, wooden boards used to reinforce the cart that is barely functional.
So that we
That's it.
just right.
I think you looked for some glass, like for alchemy supplies, and you didn't find any.
My clothes. My blankets.
Rags of clothes.
Pillows.
No pillows. I would give you a blanket, but it would be just aged, well aged, like years without touch.
That'd be like a weaving kit.
No,
Pots of
maybe you'd expect to find that there, but you wouldn't,
Pots of pants.
and you
Cutlery.
only were there for 10ish minutes.
Yeah,
I'm sure you guys would have kept track of the stuff you found.
You said couldn't even tell us what we found. Yeah, you just skipped it. Because we skipped it.
Oh, yeah.
You're telling us that. That's fine.
Not much.
Find anything.
Thatch roofs showed the level of power this town had. Not much. In fact, it wasn't even a foraging town. Curtains. Yeah. You'd find a tapestry like curtain and maybe one blanket that is made of a similar type of thatch material. It's not actually like a comfortable blanket. It is. You've got some.
I guess someone could also sit in the car.
I have to get weights out.
I will sit on the dock.
Cornell is sitting on the wrapped up fabric.
Yeah.
The most comfortable seat in the house.
I'm going to be reading a couple of the notes of the text.
Okay. Little tiny pieces of
Would you
paper that
like
you
them?
find.
Notes, I've written them all down.
You read everything in the mold down.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I do note take for a living.
You get a living for it?
No,
So I thought.
really wish I did though.
That's bad.
The one like discover in the group just should get a base pay rate in real life for just being that guy.
The only one I didn't take down was the really long one, but I am still.
That's called a stenographer. You should be that.
I believe that was the direct letter from the bindery.
Yeah,
Okay, that's, oh my god, that's 10 pounds. Great.
somewhere after.
That's fair. It's fair. And you did. You told me yesterday.
One for each time.
One for each.
As I can lift 100 pounds over my head. It's pretty high.
And then like
I can't do that in real life.
suffer a point of
Yeah, you can.
fatigue.
Kilos. I'm sure you
I
can
don't
lift
think
50 kilos.
Yeah, you
I
can.
don't know if I can.
More like 45 actually.
Yeah. I don't know. I never tried.
I don't know. Yeah, it's like.
It's why.
It's pretty big.
I think
Like
you
you've squatted more than that, you dummy.
I've never squatted weight before.
Literally watched you do it.
I've been lifting things and squatted, but this doesn't count.
Yeah, you didn't put it over your head like a weightlifting competition. All right. So Moki is leading. I will get Moki to roll me either a survival or a perception
Check mine.
spot check.
Look
Me
for
again.
a hill with trees on it. Oh,
Okay, well,
Right now,
perception,
no.
everywhere.
perception is a +8,
No,
and
no
survival
hills.
+7.
There are no
so-
hills.
Hey man, this will be easy.
Is this fun for all the game?
flat.
Weirdly, yeah. You've hit kind of like an incline rise, and there are two distant, like jagged-ish pieces between that and then the mountain range. Days ahead of you.
Can you make a compass?
Brain.
Then Moki is taking the lead, and strangely, without needing to say words, you see him just occasionally glance to the right. Moki, you know that you've been this direction west. You know that at the furthest north point from where you are, you can see the break between the valley. And above that break, where these two edges of this valley are, above that there is a single pattern of stars that represent a god, the guardian of the forest.
Hate god? Or
Yes, in fact, it's the symbol of a dagger and a bow made together, as if the dagger is being shot by the bow. This symbolism has been.
yeah, inefficient. It
Sketch.
does not work.
He's actually
do that.
one of you has it in one of your books. It was drawn to you.
I mean the 3 circles? Right, I remember that.
This is the guardian of the forest, Ein Erta. You have Moki sees the star pattern and knows the direction he's going based on the alignment of where he is. Yet there is something that is different.
I think I was too tall, so the.
What? Stop looking at the sky. The stars don't mean anything. It's just random.
Yeah, the only one I know is that's helpful is the Anatop, which only points north.
Currently, I'm trying to get, I think, Blossom Haven. That's what its name is. Blossom Zuff. Well, it's Blossom View.
Well,
You have no idea what that is.
Well, I know it's west, and it's still high up in the mountains, so we can get a good view of it.
Right now, you have a weirdly in comparison to where this mountain kind of splits the two sides of this bigger valley, where multiple mountains kind of hit an endpoint in alignment with a set of stars.
Apart from the fact that it's supposed to be green segment on, do you know anything about it? No?
No, I'm just going west, getting the cliff up through.
It's on a forested cliffside.
Right.
Far ahead of you, the space of which you're now walking into, at the furthest end, there is 3 or 4 mountains that clump closest in ahead of your path, but they border the edge of this larger mountain range valley.
Do I know what's beyond the mountain range?
Even with your survival, you've moved in that direction before. You swear you've walked this path before, but the landscape, the stone landscape, isn't familiar. The further west you go, the further you begin to walk into the lands owned by a lot less more savage entities live over to the west. So you haven't traveled, even as you look to the north and align the mountains and the star, you still feel like you haven't moved past this point. Like, you feel like you have been here, though the landscape isn't familiar. And you feel like you haven't walked through this valley. Yet, looking north, it is like you've walked through here before. They don't match up.
North is just over the shoulder, isn't it?
North is a valley of mountains that curves into a point and then has kind of a central singular mountain-sized hole that leads out to the water. Yes. Well,
Apparently the bullman found a grove. It's called the Glowing Gardens, across the riverbed. So if we see water, probably good to go there. Loki, how much of this continent is just this indicated the plains?
Paramount?
you've never seen this before. This
Assuming he means just open plains. How much of the continent is open plains?
So there's
I don't like it.
there's a lot of jagged mountains, much more than there are open plains.
Yeah, like that.
Put my foot up.
Loki, only because you rolled so high. You are almost moving into this area. You're almost sure you have been here, but the elevation does not make sense to you. As you walk, the stone beneath your feet has some of the strangest and most interesting patterns, swept like by wind. But the stone in the almost the curved, elevated shapes of waves, weird, cleft, rounded edges, but they don't rise more than a foot off the floor. Some of them slightly bigger, forming almost cliff-like walls, but with relatively flat stone end. These windswept corridors of slightly elevated land on this already elevated pedestal.
Does it feel like it's just unfamiliarity, or that space itself is different?
Space itself is different. Again, this whole thing is kind of like a trick in that you have been here. You just haven't been here.
How does the floor look like? The more
It looks like
smooth.
it is smooth in the larger sense, but you see breaks in the stone like waves on water, how they kind of, in different areas, they have these kind of bends, and then they have a cliff point and then nothing.
Is it grass or is it just rock?
There was some damp soil behind you, but once you hit this kind of elevated rise and then onto this, it's basically just become stone and spatterings of snow to kind of give it a white and grey feel.
Does this like give Murphy a sense of like not? Well, you already said it's familiar, but is it like a deeper instinct familiar or like just different?
It's a deja vu. Like it's been
Is it like something
before.
I remember? I can faint memory of my life, or faint memory from before my life.
Higher on the street.
Yeah,
You know,
okay.
it's time to go.
I would say
I'm going to acknowledge the technical nature of all my tribe.
I was gonna say I want you to roll me both checks.
One of nature, one of tribe.
One of tribe, and one is
I guess that makes sense.
yeah.
Nature is 23. Tribe is 21.
I'll believe it. I got a reason to believe it.
He's the smartest guy.
I didn't think you'd be getting this.
We have 2 intelligence-based characters, and he's the smallest.
It's not nature.
Basically, a land of stone and jagged ridges but curved and windswept to seem smooth. Broken stones and piles of small amounts of rubble and like debris are scattered around in various areas close to you, but while you investigate the floor, you don't see Moki look at the ground at all. It's not his way of seeing something, because there is less wind than you would expect in this valley. In fact, memory of fighting the wind through this valley is a predominant feeling. And it's surprisingly calm, considering how much it looks like this whole area has been heavily molded by wind. You, with nature, remember that this mountain valley, which has a name that you just can't remember, Sunken something. It is.
Imagine that.
It was lower to the ground.
My brain.
It was more sunken than what it is right now. In fact, Moki, you small amount of memory of you walking to this area with a female. Before bound with her, you remember promises being made underneath the stars of Ein Erta, which are binding of loyalty and responsibility. This area, this whole mountain valley, has deeper symbolism to your tribe, yet it doesn't feel familiar. And as you look to these edges of this mountain range, north, so not in the direction you're going, at the edges of where they hit, you can see there is an entire mountain range somehow looked less familiar to you than it did before, almost like you would move continent, because all of the mountains are slightly smaller, or the ground has risen.
I think here coming from Murphy there.
And this was soil. This was a plain of land and hills.
You're right.
And now
shit.
is
I forgot.
stone, slated stone with small curves showing wind and indentations. A valley now altered.
Let me see one hole from here.
Behind you, Warhol was at the other side of the cliff that you just walked away from. So no, you can't see you can see kind of like the surrounding bush of forest that just surrounds the mountain, but mountain is a strong word for it. Larger hill. And no, you cannot see the temple. You can't even see the villages from where you are. You're moving at kind of an opposite angle from where you are right now.
Good. Means they probably can't see us.
We should come west.
Hey, okay, Mogi?
I'm fine.
Are you crying?
No.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
Is it that this is making me uncomfortable too? Everything, it's just flat. There's nothing. No laugh here.
Bring out my disgusting
You want a handkerchief?
I should be fine.
Can I get a vibe check on that? Just sense load it.
Sure.
I love all those sense motive. It's so cool.
It's just insane.
No, it's different.
It's only sensing if you're a dick.
What if I sense motive? Book 5. 21.
I want to use my passive glove 8. Solid!
Katie can probably take us. He's looking in a few different directions.
How do you feel?
Sadness along. But also, like, guilt and so.
I don't say sad.
It's actually beneficial for men to cry. We don't often get chances to show out deeper emotions, so it's actually.
What are you talking about?
There's some black blood coming out my eye.
He literally just changes midstream.
I'm still reading my book. I just thought I'd chip in. My bad.
I weep every time I climb a tree. It's very often.
And as you hit a kind of precipice, there is view ahead of this kind of valley. You've hit kind of a hill, which there isn't much of, but it does give you about halfway through this grey and white landscape. There is something like a massive black line halfway through that covers the midway point all the way south to the direction of Kula. Doesn't cover all the way north, but in the direction you're walking, it is just this black. Around all of this white and grey, there's this black line that just goes south, straight south.
Okay, we'll make a progress according to this.
You might be able to make that in. It's miles away, but it's miles.
You know what, Cornell? Maybe you're right. I am feeling it. There's no trees for me to weep in here. I'm already feeling like I'm getting a little emotionally repressed.
Well, if you need someone to talk to, I'm sure Grok's always there.
Or not as right. It's all good. Give me a few more days, and I'll be crying in your lap. Well, yeah, we just gotta continue going towards that black thing. Probably like an open crag to the abyss or something. And then just keep that on our back and continue going, and we should get there.
What's the chance we run into some highway robber, some bandits?
Very low.
Sure.
There's no highway. There's no highway here.
I realized that was we are sort of sitting ducks where we're at.
Actually, that may be a good thing.
Why aren't we sort of wild predators, animals that could attack groups of our size would be here?
Not anymore.
Do we have any rations?
Assuming the whole climate's changed because it's now stone when it was like earth and soil and trees and all that sort of stuff. It was plains, so there wasn't forest. There were some scattering of trees. Totally different environments.
Which means foraging would also be way harder.
Probably nearly impossible, maybe.
Maybe birds.
Any birds in the sky?
Make a perception check.
We didn't end up keeping on
21.
earlier to the sky.
Further ahead,
So,
there looks to be one or two. It looks to be basically one leaning on another, but some sort of one jagged cliff made of stone that's ahead. That's the only height in this whole valley, and that looks to have a bird doing a circle, and then kind of going out a bit wider, just like gently flowing around that area.
We should go back to a forested area. We can't forage in this area.
David, I forgot. Did Artyom's arm fully come off?
Yes.
I pointed the arm in the car next to you. You can eat that if you get hungry.
Okay, how long does it normally take you to find something in the forest?
You need to eat.
Yeah.
So an hour or two. Depends on the climate, the game, season. Lot of
No
I think we
chance
should try to figure out how long we're going to spend traveling to find this place and how long we're going to spend for hunting and finding.
I don't know the area well enough, but from this vantage point, can I see forested area anywhere? Like in other direction I want to go?
Nope.
Or should we?
Look, according to this map,
Behind you, and maybe at the mountains far, far to the west.
I don't know
how far ahead is this black thing?
realized yet. The only far
I would say you had a little bit of elevation, so it gave you that distance. I'd say
mountain or whatever.
7 miles.
How long have we been traveling?
So I feel like
An hour?
we just moved.
How far do I think we're traveling?
Look, we can all last a day.
Like counting the paces, rough estimate.
We've got a bit of water. I'm sure that between us.
Just after as well.
I think you actually got some pretty good
We need to
speed.
find that town real quick.
The cart is, kind of a risky job.
Okay.
You're probably moving. Actually,
We'll keep going west and try to get the block.
It's 24 miles in an hour.
yeah,
Or
but
30 feet. I think that's in a day.
It's in a day.
That's in a day. So,
would be you're going at a walking pace. So yeah, 20.
I'd say we're like a quarter of the way there. According to this map.
How
Might
many
not be
days?
right. We've only been walking for an hour, so
Yeah, I know, but your estimate.
like a day.
We can last a day without eating.
If it's like 4 hours to the gorge, that looks to be, if not halfway, like a third of the way, it might be just another day from the gorge to the mountains edge.
If we go all the way, although if it gets more mountainous, we might slow down. That's if we go all day, generally. Much in days, 8 hours. But we can go further if you guys get antsy.
Slowly around you, you feel like drops of water. Just a faint pattering. Not petals, which you do see around you. Now it's starting to rain.
And get your water skins out. You should try to refill here.
I don't know.
I was naturally drinking the moisture through their skin, so I'm pretty good. Okay, pull my sleeve
I
up.
don't believe.
But it's true, why would you not believe me?
I think you're a liar.
You're part of amphibian.
No, I'm full L.
That don't make no sense.
Look, guys, don't be jealous just because the old father trees made a
How's that?
superior race that can easily survive in the middle of nowhere.
I mean, if I coated with poison, you
Yes.
So you're fine with water. And like breathe.
No, I can't breathe underwater. I don't have lungs.
Does that mean the ocean kills you?
No. I'm just naturally receptive to water. Fresh water falling on my body.
What about salt water?
Salt water, I'm guessing the natural protection gets rid of the salt. This filters it through. I ain't ever been to the ocean, alright? Fine, I admit it.
Where does the salt go?
Nowhere. It just stays in the ocean. It's not like I drink through it's just, moisturizer? I guess no. You definitely don't know what none of you know what moisturizer is. Just imagine like a poultice or a cream that makes your skin real smooth.
Like animal fat?
Sure. You rub animal fat on yourself?
No, maybe a main
I guess that works.
Sometimes it gives you rashes.
Mm-hmm.
or leeches.
You can make a medicinal herb better than animal fat.
Ground up.
Hey, are any of you a good bower?
You, what?
Can you make bows?
No.
My bow has broken.
I have a talon.
Yeah, I could.
Can you fix this? Pull out my short bow. The string is
like
snapped.
a bow and arrow.
Yeah, bower.
I never mind.
This is going to take a while. Alright, I'm going to hop on the cart.
Oh, it's useless until, so take your time.
Let me get off real quick.
Yeah, I was about to say, thank you for not making me. You hear as the wood and all of that buckles under Grox.
Keep track on the arm. If it starts moving, yell.
And
Or eat
also, you're talking about the limbs you currently have. Well, I shouldn't just say limbs. What are you doing with Sinsima's head and spinal column?
They're in the car.
Okay,
What
cool.
the hell? Why did you bring that?
So at this point, the head is very, very pale, and the eyes appear to be dried up.
I feel like we should bury it.
Look,
Well,
This
you
is-
can do that.
most
but,
of him is in it.
Yeah, well, but we got
Well, we can't bury him here.
why not?
Going over rocks. Yeah,
that's fair. This is so strange for him.
Right.
not really.
Okay, do you mind if I just throw this on the cart?
Well, what?
No, don't do that. That's rude.
You know, here, give it to me.
Look, it's
Don't
half
touch
full.
it.
I'll take it, and I'll the horse has like a bridle and stuff, right? Like
Don't
an-
put it on that. That's where it's food and all my stuff is.
I've got a really good idea for it.
I
Look,
was going to put it on the saddle.
No,
You see,
Smokey, just carry it.
You see the
You're
slightly
carrying
wet
it for
Sinsima
us.
head appears to be kind of crying.
no, I'm gonna go pick it up.
Waiting for it off the cliff.
No, it's on a cliff.
No, it's not a cliff, but you do see by the time it lands, you see it kind of bounce twice, and then where these weird kind of like almost wave edges are, you see Sinsima's head has kind of been cracked between one of them, and is now just like just.
oh my god, I don't know what happened.
You see, Sinsima doesn't have a full head; he has a full line, and
It's okay.
a large splitting where the nose is. as well,
Butterfingers
just
and
open.
business. Monkey, can you just carry this on your belt or something? Good.
Okay.
Look, it's my fault he's dead. I'm just gonna take responsibility by taking
I mean,
it to you.
most of the blood had dried up. You opened a new wound, starts to leak again.
I feel like it's
So-
been a team effort.
I brought it with dagger.
His whole face now begins to just like cry with blood because from the center skull
Why don't we just
weeping.
we could cremate?
Do we need his face for anything?
We could actually do that. Do not cut his face off, please.
But we could just make a fire with sticks and wood.
They don't have any sticks or wood.
Did we not pick up
You picked
any
up
patch or
Yes, we have
sticks?
some.
Oh, fair.
You've got both. You've definitely got both. You didn't know
You
what
want
time
to
you
use
were
our
going to.
limited camping supplies, OMENS? How about when we make
Well, no.
camp tonight, we make a fire.
All right,
If we do.
Chuck his head in.
We'll check his
the
head.
head's gone. We'll pick it
There we go.
I know, he's got it.
Melion picked it up.
What, 20 pounds of firewood?
He's a quick brother.
Definitely not 20 pounds. Not. I would say.
I
I'd say.
used to be so much
I would.
faster.
Yeah, it's not bad.
You're in your elder days.
Yeah, actually no. I'd say 20 pounds.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Oh,
It's like
I reached
you're
600.
with
My
extra
birthday
20
was
pounds.
yesterday. I'm
You've
like, well, I
got a
used
troll arm. You're basically hitting almost the weight capacity with the person on top for the car.
that. My wisdom will now go through the roof, and my physical statistics will deteriorate.
Stripped to your skin. So 1 hour goes by, and the sky gets darker. And
this
that
whole trip,
small amount of rain starts to become petals
I'm
again.
just gonna be fidgeting with a rock that I have, and just looking around. Really,
It is not coloured like the rest of the kind of very slate grey stone around you, but it's not
I'm
dissimilar.
gonna throw it into my hands and stuff, and just look around this whole time. I'm just uncomfortable. Shit.
Should we maybe like set up some lights? It is starting to get dark.
It is. I think so.
I can see pretty well.
I don't like it.
Look, I don't like this.
That's me.
But at least I can turn off night vision, though. Or daytime vision.
It gets a little troublesome to
Luckily,
see when everything's dark.
it's been pretty cloudy this whole time, so you haven't had the worst problems, but now it's getting dark.
You still have that thingy, don't you?
Oh, yeah, pick up the rod.
The stick, yes, it should be somewhere with that.
Are you still studying?
The small pen you pull out.
He's sitting there.
Alright.
So I'm walking.
Did you find any new insights into your little mystery?
Looking.
No.
Is that
That's good.
I mean,
Torch
I
or
have an idea
yes,
of maybe
that.
one of the things they are talking about.
One of the books.
Yeah. But
Where?
I'm not too sure. After.
Where? What makes you think that?
Just,
You're just gonna be cagey and not.
I'm going to be a little bit cagey. I feel like it's so deserved.
Like, I just wanted you to tell me what you thought it was so I could avoid it completely.
Well,
I'll be honest.
I don't know where the actual tongue was. But just the,
I'm just gonna put the magic torch for the torch and just light it.
Okay, yeah. You basically make a little wooden pole and you affix this small pen-sized device to the top, and it's 5 feet of dim, 5 feet of bright. So it's basically just illuminating anything inside the car.
Dim, right? Dim light.
I have low light vision here.
Well, right, yeah, that's it. So, yeah,
As long as you put it like 10 feet up,
It's so
it's
not
dark.
gonna-
all four of us since we have.
Oh God, it's so dark. I can't see. Where'd I go? I have no light.
it's becoming pitch
You have
black.
no
Like
vision.
it's almost a
Yeah,
very
yeah,
dark
very
brown
dark.
right now.
Well, I feel like we should set up camp.
You're seeing a lot of like
We've only been walking
semi,
for 2
like
hours.
5 feet
It's
tall
already been
walls that look kind of like
That
a
is
wave,
true.
a small
Is
wave
there-
height.
Is there any grass like near us, or they're just still rock? And
With the last amounts of light
No, this is
left,
like boring terrain. It's just one big piece of rock.
well, is it cloudy or is it like stuff?
very cloudy, and that makes it get dark fast. But before it gets pitch black, I will get, and because obviously the dark vision people can do a different roll, but you make a perception check just to look for little. So
Use dark vision, right?
use
We
dark
have
vision.
low light vision the same. Which
So
is just,
you're rolling technically like an hour after he rolls, but yeah, you can both roll. You can roll now if you want to.
Perception.
We've already moved
I
ahead.
need another human in the party.
that's my first not good roll.
Appeal to Aiden, you can convince him.
Yeah. I wants to be a stupid little elf.
Right.
Or a rogue.
You think even where you are right now, 2 hours away from where you just left, like still very close to the mountain, you swear you see some small amounts of soil around you, but as you like go down to scoop it, you realize that it's just like a thin layer of soil off the top of just solid stone.
no gravel.
No, there's tons of gravel, but that's in different like sparse areas where it looks like a lot of these rigid kind of like waves have broken off and created shale in the form of larger amounts of gravel.
Okay.
There was
I think we should just continue walking.
soil behind you.
And if you need a rest, go to camp.
Rocky boy, roll me a
What?
perception check.
I guess I'll lead.
Hey, can I have the rod?
It's not like a dangle thing above the cart.
I'm gonna grab
Alright.
So it's 5 feet of dim, so
it.
it's
I can't see.
No, I know, but you just stay next to the horse.
You should stay with the camp.
I can't see the horse.
You can't. It was attached to
I
him.
can't see it.
Are you blind
Why are
again?
you carrying?
I can't see it.
Have you returned to being blind?
I need to see the
Would you love to go to camp?
Can I go on with it?
Yeah, use the author glove.
Look at that.
I get the
I mean, if we disconnect Viper from the car,
it is reflecting the light up until the moment he pulls the light away from you.
Hey, what the hell?
Dark again.
You can't see it.
Where'd my light go?
That also grows, don't worry.
I'm
Okay.
blind.
Only in the lights.
Bucky, can you pull the car?
You want the horse to rest?
Well, no. He wants to ride the horse. So I
I
can-
stab him.
Sure, I can go to camp.
Yeah, well, look,
All right, everybody,
in a very abused cart already.
stop, guys. 2-minute pit stop. We're gonna switch horses around.
Right.
I mean, we're gonna switch the horse with Monkey. I apologize.
Guys.
You are helping up. I'm just going to carry like the side.
That works.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm gonna
Even
go
quicker.
I'll go to Nucky and I'll be like, okay, I'll get the reins off it. Oh shit, my bad. I didn't lie.
You can't see Aaron.
It's very dark.
His song instantly turned to tension when he tried to handle it.
It's like a 10-foot radius of light. You can easily see everything.
We'll keep the horse connected to, or the lead to the cart, so, it can't
Okay.
run off.
And I mean,
He would never run off.
to say,
It can't run off because it's dragging through.
even with your cart, it's very much like at some areas you're finding these basically tracks where
When we do a strength check,
windswept quick. It's more of like there's actually larger stopping points you are continuously doing because some of the paths this stone has is like basically governed by the strange like cliff edges, and some of them are thin enough where you can't like ride a cart through it.
well, I
so
probably could
you have
force
to-
it over, that would be down to the cart, so probably
you
check.
just lift it. You
Oh,
just
yeah, but I'm only walking, because I don't...
Yeah, well, no, there are some points where you're walking and you start to see like the cart's like basically getting up onto an angle just so it can fit through the type of space. It's not smooth flooring. It's a lot of weird kind of bows and slants.
I'm gonna play my little quick match.
As the orange of that fire,
That's really bad for you, right?
Or
Smoking.
go fuck yourself.
you see. I mean, you guys actually have the best attuned eyes. The end of his cigar has a very distinct orange glow. When you look further ahead, Melion, to you, though Grok didn't know this, the black groove that you saw, it's now glowing, like from where that black is, a deep crimson, and with the kind of rough, swept like stones around you, it's not in direct line of sight to the party, but it will be very soon. You can see it before they can.
I guess.
So,
Whatever. So, have you see that?
Grok notices it. It is.
Oh, red.
You do too, but it's only by looking at it through specific areas of the
Giant
path.
rift in the ground.
You don't see the rift.
Long
You
rift.
just see ahead of you,
Yeah, we
where
did
it's flat plains.
I can
There's
dive
just
in the
this
dark.
In that
glow,
direction west, or like, or not?
direction west, and it actually
this
looks to
is
be
really the time.
a glow
Well, now
that
that's
goes from kind of
the
center,
top.
a bit ahead of you,
Not everything is a
more
personal
north,
attack
I
against
feel
you.
like
all
this is
south.
Okay.
It really isn't.
South.
Give me an idea. How cold is it right now?
It's hit like at this point. I'd say 6 p.m. now. You're hitting 4 degrees.
Maybe this is why
I'm
everyone
fine.
hates
I
it.
like certain code and everything.
We
No
did
one
it.
important
We
organs
got
are down
good
there.
eyes.
They're all pansy
Exactly.
little
But
snowflakes.
it rises, so you get a little bit of something. And the stone floor doesn't necessarily conduct heat that well, so it is colder even at a ground level.
But this glowing rift, right?
This glowing,
Does it feel like there's any heat coming from it, or is it too far away?
it's still too far away to get heat, but you see it looks to go literally miles. You can see miles of this red glowing going south. Miles of it.
You should get
And it does, to say, cut you off head. It looks to be maybe a mile to your north, and that's where it ends, but you just can't see an end to it.
I think we should stop here for now.
Why don't we can just cut like 3 holes in it.
weird. So we don't have any
Where
rations.
like poncho.
Actually, I will absolutely say that you rationed some of that deer. That stag you
Oh,
got
that's right. We have deer
Do
rations.
you eat horse food?
I can.
bites a piece of deer jerky.
I mean, can you metabolize it?
Yeah,
Oh, yes,
it's
I can.
your
Okay, that's good because we have a
digestive
huge
system
amount
on
of
the
it.
top
Just
there.
ridiculously large amount. Like several months worth of horse feed.
He doesn't know.
How
Oh,
much?
horse feed, yeah.
Oh, like,
It's like 15 gold worth, was it?
Yeah.
how many days worth of that?
15 gold worth is like 3 weeks. I'd say 5 gold a week. So yeah, three
Really?
three
A month.
weeks.
30 days.
Anyway,
21.
30 pounds? Or 60
21 days.
Yeah.
I'd say
60 pounds.
I'd say yeah, 50, 60 pounds.
Yeah, okay.
I'm in.
It's enough that the horse alone can carry. Actually, yeah,
How
yeah,
much
actually, yeah.
horse jerky, like, in days do we have?
I will give you
deer turkey.
1 day's worth,
Yeah.
not including
It's
today,
not-
which
it's
is
not
because
a-
it's
Each for, if one person would have had it, like, is it 1 day for the whole group?
one more day for the whole group.
Okay.
Okay, so we can like wait 5 days. And then
It wouldn't be jerking. It would be still meat.
Yeah, not jerking. You have to cook it extra long.
It's just cooked meat.
It's just a roll sack.
But
I cooked it smart. Sorry, it's smart.
Smart.
It's smart.
I mean, we didn't really have enough time to properly
Oh,
smart
And
it.
also, to people who
Shittily smart.
who are keeping track, there is also a pelt of that stag usable for bundling equipment, which I think it was already doing, something like that.
Yeah, we have that covering and stuff. Mainly the rope.
It's also.
I was wondering if you wrapped the head in it, but
No.
that was
I think
too good of a pelt for
I
it.
don't think we kept it.
I kept the antlers.
And head's too cumbersome. Wasn't provided.
There's a nice wall ornament.
Going back, what the hell are you talking about? Is the police flag safe for the kids in the back?
I don't know. Why are you looking at me?
because you pointed it out.
Because I saw it first for some
What are you
reason.
looking at?
It's giant. You know that giant black rift we saw earlier today?
No.
Right.
It's a giant black rift.
I don't know what it was. As I said, it's probably a hole that leads directly to the abyss or something. But now that we're closer, it's glowing red.
Why
And it goes up about another mile, so I think we should stop here so that we can actually see where we're going in the morning. So we can go around it.
We're going towards gaping hole that leads to the abyss.
I said it might lead to the abyss, but yes. Because it's in our way.
And it's now glowing red.
It might have been glowing red before, but now that it's dark, we can see the glowing red. So,
That does not sound like a good situation. Ever.
Cornell, I'm the one in the expert of the heebie-jeebies. This is your area of
Okay, well,
expertise.
my EBGB says that's not a good
That's why I
situation.
said let's stop here so we can go around it easier.
All right.
Right. So we're going to go around the rainbow thing.
Well, we can't go over it, most likely.
I think
And
we
it
should
goes
just-
far south.
I think we
You
should.
can't go under it.
Why not?
You must go down.
I think we should just keep ourselves 7 days away from that. The best bet we
Well,
got.
it's a bit late now.
we
We all
start heading
fall
back.
down.
I don't trust it.
Right.
Okay, so you want to turn around?
The devil's doing some whack shit, and that's what I do.
Well, if we get closer, I can
I
identify what's
inside
happening.
this outfit.
Yeah, how about we do that in the morning?
Let's not go closer to it to identify them. Let's keep ourselves as far away as possible.
Surely the world isn't as dangerous and having elemental rifts just opening out in the middle of nowhere.
You're wrong.
He's 600 years old. I'm sure you should listen to him.
As of yesterday.
Happy birthday, by the way. Happy belated birthday, by the way.
That's a birthday.
Whatever.
Some sort of ritual of birth.
I was born 600 years ago. We're a bit past my birthday.
So we're going to set up that.
Oh, fucking
Right.
You know, it's 5 copper pieces for a whole speed per day.
Oh, nice.
So we have
7 million.
about 300 days of horse speed.
Nope.
There's real expensive horse speed there. Damn, it has some fucking...
600 pounds.
It has some sheer shit-ass horse speed.
600 pounds.
What we didn't get to mention is we just have another cot just for all speed.
Yeah. I mean, in Canada, it was 2 sacks.
Have we
so I'm
halved
gonna
that?
say
And
No,
how
no,
do
no,
you
no,
really
the horse speed, she just ripped me the fuck off.
You got
Let's
scammed.
be real. I got scammed.
there was actually
It's got meth in it,
Well,
and
it's
it's
60
making
days
5
of
French
horse
sweet
there
meat.
was in Canada a hole in the sack that was
Yeah.
slowly seeping out the horse feed.
Okay.
So,
Nah, I would have fixed that.
600.
it is thatch. It wouldn't be hard to
I took
fix.
textile proficiencies just for that.
I'm not cropped yet.
What does that mean?
Means I can fix clothes.
Oh.
And
I would,
also
I would
sex.
still say 60 pounds of horse feed. Good quality horse feed.
Do we have any?
Very nutritious.
Do we have anything to start by? What on start?
Horse
wood.
feed.
We got wood.
The one that
And horse feed. Several pounds, right? I mean, do you need a fire?
We have 6 more. We're gonna burn his head.
Oh yeah, you're right. We were gonna do that.
It's going to smell horrible.
No, we can just eat it.
We hang out.
You know, if you eat it, actually, I'd be fine with that. If you want to eat it,
I'm not eating some guy's
not
head.
you, him.
Me.
Guess that works.
Right. If you want.
It's important when you kill an animal, which humans are. Let's be real.
Well, he was a rat thing.
That's even better.
No, he wasn't.
It's important to use all of the body.
Different topic.
That was a different timeline.
It's
He was
giving,
just a guy.
it's giving respect to the dead if you eat all of it, or at least use all of it in some way. Which we did, but
We left like that.
at least use that part probably.
Right. Well,
If you want, I can deflesh it.
Let's just burn it. I don't want to see you eating some guy's head.
I would like to go.
Okay, so
well, we can burn the black.
you're roughly 2 hours
Maybe.
2 hours away from that gorge right now. That red glow. So it's pretty far away, but it's the point where it's
Lovely.
it's still bright enough where
We can-
everyone who is in Cornell can see that
We can
light.
stay 2 hours away.
Alright, let's
That sounds
1 hour
wonderful.
closer.
Compromise is
No.
good.
And
Why don't
Looking
we
left
just?
and right, is there any like good place to like pull the cops off the road?
No road.
Sorry, pull the main.
You've been constantly basically like lifting this cart onto a place where tracks are feasible.
Four-wheel drive, right?
Yeah, you'll be forward driving with a cart that can't do it. It's making your progress a little tiny bit slow.
God, why haven't you made a car
There's
yet?
some strong people on your side, so it's not really a problem.
Yeah. It's as long as this weighs below 4,000.
I don't have 10 years and a million gold.
But like the stone that you're on goes from weird angles of flat to then elevated at like 80, 90. It just
90?
changes.
Oh my god. We
How about
fucking.
this?
Yeah, like
We
waves, like
sleep your night while it's dark and I can't see. And then first thing bright and early in the morning, we head our way over to the devil pit for you to take a look at.
Demon good.
And I will stay an hour back.
Alright.
So you guys can find some cover where these stone buffets have kind of stopped the wind from coming through, except for the channels.
Does that seem reasonable?
I'll keep first watch, I guess, because I have dark vision.
I feel like you can use that.
What's that?
Off. Hey, your legs out there.
I'm not that suicidal.
All right, fair.
Hey, by the time you get back, I'll be done with my tracks.
I will take the heavy one.
Can't see. Just
Yeah, just gotta sleep.
I can take both.
Just out of useless.
Okay, so with some
You got good
supplies,
ears at least?
It hurts. Somewhat.
You got that stubby little ears. Maybe not, but.
I am not.
look, you can
This
take
is
the
not
watch.
the type of personal attack that I wanted to.
It's not a personal attack. It's a statement of fact.
You just called my ears stubby.
They are stubby.
They are
Compared to
not.
mine, at least. Look, you got pointy ears, you got big ears, and you got
It ain't my
stubby
fault
little
your ears are like half
Sorry,
the size of
did you-
your face.
Of course, it's not your fault. I was
I run a hand or my palm even use.
Yeah, they're big. If the hole in
There's a stubby. And your eyes.
they're inches bigger than his, even ripped off.
Don't think of it that
Humans.
way.
Unfortunate.
Think of it from his point of view. His eyes are normal, and our eyes are just better. And your eyes are just completely just.
How do you get to sleep if everything's bright?
When you close your eyes, it's black still.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Does your vision? What do you look like when you close your eyes? Do you see blackness like everyone else? Do you see the stars like everyone else?
You see the stars when you fall asleep?
Well, the stars are clean.
No. I don't fall asleep.
When
I
you see,
already look up. I see more stars.
are you saying you see stars when you close your eyes?
I don't close my eyes when I sleep.
The heck?
I see bright red when I close my eyes.
You see? I'm gonna go take watch, and by watch I mean I'm gonna go look at the stars.
Fleshy red.
Fleshy red.
Yes.
Oh, thank God. Finally something normal.
Oh, you got 5 windows of small campfire.
You set up the small campfire.
She ran.
Are you burning Sinsima's head in this fire?
Yes.
Gotta get it good and hot first.
Okay.
Ash burns
So-
compound ash starts to really
So Grok does the first 2 hour watch, and then at a 2 hour point, the fire is properly set up. Grok comes back to a slightly warm, hardy fire, slightly. Meliorn goes off to watch, and
But
You-
I'm gonna.
you're just like literally the cleft of one of these slight
Yeah.
ridges. You just sit on top of that.
I'll find a nice high point.
The highest elevation above this is about 6 feet at the best, but that's good.
We've got
It's taller than I am.
we've got a pot. Pour out some water. Place it underneath and just hold it over the fire.
That's gonna work.
A little bit of stirring with my finger.
Does it Red Dead Redemption?
And you see the
Not this fucking-
so and hung by the spine, you lower the head, dipping like
Right.
Cornell dips the leaf. You dip the head into the fire.
I just put it in and I leave it.
You just throw it in, no dipping.
Yeah.
The burn more
We ain't trying to be careful with
It's not
that.
enough for that, but
Okay. When the head starts burning, Grok will walk away because burning flesh smells awful.
Okay.
I would just put
We
it
would
back in the
literally
fire
burn
and keep
like
walking.
7 corpses a
We
day.
did find like 7 gold.
Right.
Cornell, make me a perception check, please.
Yeah. That's good that nothing happened.
That's a natural right for Wednesday.
Holy
So
shit!
Wednesday,
That's really good. This was not going to be
I have goodies.
good ears and
I agree.
And smack.
I didn't insult your ears.
Goodies bounce. It felt like you did.
I would never do perception bonus with the shit.
Well, it's not 8.
What is
a +4?
So
I'm double
24.
Pretty stacked for a human.
You watch Moki tosses the head in the fire as you're kind of very close to the fire, coddling your leaf, working the ingredients together. You notice as everyone disperses from the head, you hear like the first sounds of crackling. You're not sure if that's just because it's like underneath the head, it's from the spine breaking under the heat, or it's some amount of the inner body starting to burst and pop.
Yeah.
You hear some strange popping sounds. And then this smell that is so affronting. It is the smell of rot, of burning flesh, magnified in 2 seconds more than it ever should be. And it's at that moment where the smell becomes so strong, you almost feel the need to kind of with your pot step back, that you see your pot reveals the edges of this face. It's in the fire now emerging from its mouth. Between the flames and the wooden beams holding this fire, this small fire up, one hand made of bone covers the side of this face in the fire. Fully covers halfway, and then you realize that there's another one.
Just gonna step back, like 15 feet.
And then you see it is ripped backwards into the fire to the edge of a wall where you're keeping the fire against so the wind doesn't totally blow it over. It seems to be ripped, and you see ripped back. The head disappears through the back of the fire in the opposite side of where you're sitting, and a small amount of like extra trails of dust and smoke billows out.
Welcome to Million ASMR.
But it was just like
It's gonna be an ongoing project.
that smell
When intense moments are
then suddenly disappears. This strong potency,
ASMR.
these hands, and now there is no head in that fire.
Fellas, I don't need to be.
Oh shit, he's interacting with me.
Stop on your shh.
I'm transing.
I don't. You know how you put his head in the fire?
Yep.
You can literally hear the
Quit acting like that.
from his cheeks burning.
Sobbing. Okay, back again.
Okay.
You look back, there's no head in the fire.
There's,
Do you take the head out?
no, I have not finished speaking yet. Something grabbed his head from in the fire and gagged it to somewhere else.
Look closer at the fire.
You look closer.
I see.
There, you recognize the spine.
Yeah, no.
It's in a circle,
Alright, give me a minute. I'll come close.
not naturally thrown. It's in a circle.
Conjoin.
Doesn't seem to. Maybe.
It looked like there were two hands maybe.
But there's no head.
They would like they reached out from the ground and pulled it back in here.
Alright, let's see what's going on here.
I'll just reach in and take this fire.
Okay.
Activate radar.
With my fucked up hand, because I don't care if it's not.
This fucked up hand. Alright, you watch as
I'm fine.
there is, instantly,
Gotta take another 5
Grok necromancy. This wave of like almost sulfur mixed with rot. As it actually gets brighter as Moki brings this, what looks like a giant necklace made of a spine. Since in the spine turned into a necklace that then just crumbles to dust in Moki's hand. It hangs for a second and then just
Right, champion, what you seeing?
That's
Dust in my hand.
heavy necromancy right there.
I love
I
that.
think we should slowly
whitish
back away
powder with
Yeah.
some gray.
from the fire.
It smells like, not like bone, like ash.
I'm gonna is Melion nearby.
He's like on a little perch,
Yeah, I'm gonna pick
10
up,
feet away.
I'm gonna pick up a looks rock and just check it out.
Okay.
Melion, buddy.
You haven't been able to attune with the dense clouds
Away
above
from
you.
the fire.
Buddy, need your
There's
help.
heavy necromancy readings from this fire.
It's gone. It's gone the moment it disintegrates in his hand.
Correct. What are you guys doing?
I'll throw the ash at the fire, throw like, there's a bump by thing.
Rocco switch to magic mode, see where it's heading. If it goes in the
It just he like throws it back in, and it's less magical. There was a signature when it was whole, and he pulled it out. Now there's nothing. He throws it back in. There's nothing. There's no fire. There's no head. There's no spine.
Yeah.
Fire didn't go out, but it did like
did see that,
dampen slightly.
Here's right. Hi, hello. What's going on?
I sold the necromancy, but it's gone
Right. Okay, Monkey, next time something happens, please do not pick up random shit. Would be a greatly appreciated.
Okay, awesome. I'm gonna look around.
It's fine. It didn't even hurt my hand.
How far?
That's not, I
1
don't
mile?
care about you, I care about us.
Scan around.
You look and you don't see. There's a lot of nothing. There's a lot of small like edges where maybe a dog-sized creature could effectively hide from you, but that's not really like a small dog, not a big dog.
Well,
Nothing.
You know what? I'm gonna go to sleep for a little much.
Is there a reason I was woken up?
No.
yeah, there was, someone stole his head.
There's the simmer.
Yeah, 2 hands crept across his face and then pulled him into the dark.
Oh,
That don't sound normal to me.
what type of
I
hands?
bet it's something to do with that demon pit 2 hours from here. That's my guess.
Hey,
You know, we did see this before.
Were they?
Viper's body
Completely boned.
They were bone hands,
What was
like skeleton.
the thing that Viper was talking to most of the time?
That was a snake.
I don't know what its name was.
Some
Remember he told us.
He denied its existence to me every time I asked. So
I don't know. His
Yeah,
name was
but
like fired
Out
snake.
to us. He told things of the names.
It wasn't a snake.
Go next to us.
just said shut the frick up a lot. You know,
He did.
to the snake.
I don't think the snake is related to this event. Why do I feel like I'm the one that is uncomfortable with it?
Look, man, this whole day you've been saying I can't see anything, and now you're seeing things that probably aren't there. So, a little bit.
I do suggest that we maybe
He saw two.
keep moving.
Did you say two, Grok?
He saw
I
necromancy.
saw heavy levels of necromancy.
Oh, God. Never
High
mind.
enough to be concerned.
I would like an apology.
Grok, you're right. We should probably move. Alright, Cornell, see what you can recover from the fire. We gotta conserve wood supply. Why are you looking like that? We gotta conserve wood supplies. We're gonna move.
It's great too because just because you see necromancy doesn't necessarily mean it is aligned. You distinctly, because of Pathfinder, you get the evil alignment from this necromancy magic.
Oh, yummy.
Okay, well, yeah. I'm going to stomp out fire.
Oh, damn. Look at it. That's man right there.
I'll pick up some of the,
Leftover.
scrap. I was
Look,
throwing.
didn't he say he was getting stalked by like some entity that grabbed his wife through the ceiling?
He did say that.
Maybe it's just that.
I'm going to be honest.
Are you implying that we're being sold by this because we took the papers away?
Well, you guys did want a mystery that I definitely told you we should ignore.
But actually, I haven't read them. Cornell, keep reading.
Oh, man.
Regrets reading.
I'm sick and tired of reading.
Right.
It's too dark.
Oh, we still shouldn't head to the death hole. Looking left and right, it's pitch black.
Yeah.
Is there a good way to just walk a big circle around?
Yeah, well, okay, so ahead of you, the crimson-colored trail does basically intersect with you, but it also continues north, visibly about another mile north, which means
We have to take like a week to sort of go around it while here.
visibly, but south,
I mean, yeah,
it just keeps going south, out of periphery, like more than 5-10 miles south.
Right.
Okay, so if we head north, maybe we can hit the peak and head around.
We're here. We're right there.
Is that right? That sounds about right.
Oh,
Thank you, God.
I think
We're trying to go.
I'm so proud.
I think we should head north. But that's where the red thing is.
Well, that's
We don't need to go mile more.
The red thing is also south.
It's really far south.
It's a very big canyon.
We only have to go. We only have to go a mile north. Go around it. So
Let's go north then.
where you're gonna have to lead us.
I know I will. I didn't know.
Okay, so luckily, strangely, it's even harder to move north than it is east and west. Because for some reason, it's as if all of these wave-like patterns are pointing south.
Yeah, right.
So you're hitting the edges. You're basically having to lift the cart over 4 or 5 feet of stone every 20 or so feet.
You guys got it. Lift that car.
So it slows you down tremendously.
1, 2.
In fact,
It's just you. The left garage is open.
if you guys are going how long do you plan to march for, or just until closer proximity to
Well,
Can
the...
we sweep them?
Oh, no, we didn't get a chance.
You didn't get a chance to
We got attacked by some zombies.
Well, we saw necromancy.
So I think we go for another 5 hours. That means that we're not hitting that 8-hour mark.
and you want to stay an hour-ish away from the
Yeah.
Crimson.
Yeah.
I'll take car.
I think an hour is a good compromise.
You are constantly without it, luckily a horse by itself with someone on it is a lot easier to traverse. When Moki is carrying the cart, half the time he's lifting it onto his upper shoulders and the wheels are just not on the ground because the elevation of some of these...
I'm very long. I can just fucking carry it like a
Yeah,
backpack.
you can. You're holding it like a massive payload of stuff on your back.
Imagine how much does it weigh?
I'll take mine. for a
I
dollar,
would say
guys.
close to 500 pounds with the amount of stuff that's on it.
Oh, I can hold that entire thing above my head.
Why did I have to lift it for the first 20 minutes if you could just put it on your back? What the hell, monkey?
It's on my back. I'm just.
Oh, damn it. Sick of it.
You've just got rope holding your arms suspended
You
upwards.
want to get on?
Oh, I don't want to get on.
I'll lead you guys.
You'll get on the car.
Rock is
I'll lead you guys.
and it is much easier to walk through these strange wave-like formations as you kind of are narrowly moving west, but also north. Yeah, it is. Yeah. The wheels spinning behind your head.
It's so ridiculous.
To be fair, I will be honest, I'm not the most perceptive, so
I mean, I can help you, but
Probably
I can only see so far now.
I'm going to say over a 2-hour journey, both of you make me perception checks.
let's go plus their
I should have made a torch from the 5.
17.
So that's
You just got one of those
17.
coal logs left.
DC's hotter.
17, 13.
Is that plus their?
How do you possibly have a plus 0?
But your dark vision,
Oh, yeah, I
your
forgot
super
another
dark
one.
vision
50. All right.
gives you a good, slightly more
I
helpful.
only have 16.
Bam.
You get closer to the glow. Closer and closer. The elevation appears after the first hour to dip downwards slightly, leading you with some speed downwards in the direction of this crimson color. Evening out in spaces, but not fully ever changing that it is now a decline.
I'm not lethal heal.
Yeah, you took some non-lethal damage. The more you begin to notice different types of stone protrusions, it almost looks like you see
Fellas, we've reached the rapids.
broken protrusions made of circular, almost like beams made of metal.
It's a water molecule. I was trying to just join them. My bad.
Their strongly detailed shape shows defining insectoid features, but cracked and tarnished by harsh winds, but made of stone. Just the broken legs of what looks like
Grog, are these rocks alive?
rocks jammed into the ground.
I didn't say no.
Yeah, I'm starting to get the heebie-jeebies about everything.
Details of bone structures that appear to be dense and filled in,
I mean, we did see a skeleton steal out ahead.
but made only of stone.
Could be that there's something in the rocks.
Is definitely a country that hasn't been completely explored, but there are many things that have not been found. Living rock insects, possibly one of them.
How did we choose to go this way?
No, the Mino has been thoroughly explored,
Look.
but it says forgotten lost.
Look, Edmina said there was like a lovely grove
Well, I ain't
with
saying
a full
nothing.
man in it. I did not expect that we would be going over the goddamn.
Why are we walking through some mountain of bones?
I don't know. You guys wanted to go east, right?
This is like
This is supposed to be
fucking sunken shit place I don't want to be.
I'm sure there's something useful this way.
Noted. Right. Anyways.
I
Is
think
there
you
at least a good view?
It's pitch black.
basically hasn't been this whole time. This,
Yeah.
I mean, you're
I
getting
can't see.
closer, and now you're getting a good view of that glowing red.
Stay down there.
Cornell doesn't really see it that well, but it is.
I think you would be able to see it. So I guess they're only light.
All I
The
see
sea
is
of black.
It's hard to distinguish one red from another.
So as you move closer,
There you go.
Not more.
you
I don't know that in character, lovely.
Nope.
get to a point where there appears to be a kind of stronger channel of wind,
Like a dog.
except there's something wrong with the wind.
Oh, now the wind's right.
I kind of want everyone to make me a perception check using your ears, your lovely ears.
Case my eyes.
I got a 20.
Yeah, if you want to.
I got a 23.
23.
My luck is going down. A lot
20.
later.
Oh, you know.
Fucking
Big.
9.
Okay.
Rolled a 2.
I think the only one that did well.
I got that 20.
Oh,
But it's just 20.
I got a 13.
I did better than you on a 19. Oh, let's go.
I rolled a 5.
You're reaching the area where, at least for Cornell's sake, it would be about an hour away.
Good.
Maybe just over a mile away from this. And you actually see the land kind of depreciates back towards that glow. Like you're kind of at a kind of elevated-ish part of the land, but it's so steady to where you are right now that it's basically unnoticeable. But the sound of the wind shifts.
Some really good description from David here. Enjoying.
Cornell,
Sometimes it's hard to make travel interesting, but I think he does it pretty well.
What?
Oh,
this wind-bound sound like a howl. If it was merged with a female and a feline at the same time. Its ocular range shifting and twisting like wind patterns would. But it never stops. This howl dims and grows, but it never ends.
that's annoying.
What's annoying?
It sounds like the wind.
Oh, yeah.
Really fucked up version of the wind, but the acoustics of this whole place is fucked. Like,
I got a
you
2
got
on
this
7 check. I don't hear anything.
Must have been the wind.
Must have been wind.
Mr. Big Ears on it. Can't even hear.
It sounds like wind.
You're
Oh
hearing
my
things.
God. Oh my
Once again, you are hearing and seeing
you
things.
swear
out
ahead
there.
of you, there is one precipice. There's one, I would say, tooth-like protrusion from the ground.
Okay,
And it
before we take another
goes
step,
up maybe 50 feet. There looks to be, you swear you saw, equally as black as the sky, a shape on top of that single tallest precipice, past the gorge, maybe only by 100 meters or so.
It sounds like someone strangling a cat in the wind. Am I the only one that hears that?
Well, it could have been a rock formation. As rock slowly pulls out his great axe.
Sometimes
See the thing, Rock? What are you doing?
nature around you
I'll prepare one.
it
Just
screams with the wind.
I don't think it will.
My
Particularly when
sisters.
you're in granite forest or mountain.
We're not in far.
The mountain you're there.
The horse freaks out a little.
Oh my god, Bradford, calm down.
Make an animal handling
When
check.
I freak out,
I'm here to get
Yes.
home
No,
my
I can't.
duties.
Just your rear half,
And
just
my
us to.
bailiff's on.
Me,
Like,
handle
yeah,
animal?
I suppose.
You mean handle
I'll
animal?
do it.
Well,
Please?
weapon.
Oh,
No, escape artists to escape the binds.
I can't handle animal.
I
No
can't.
proficient.
So
Okay,
now
yeah,
that's
let Moki do it.
right. You can't see it.
If
That's
Melion
okay,
signals that he's in a bit of.
It's a class skill of mine. Do you want me to do it?
I can't. It's a trainer-only skill. I
Okay,
can't
so
do it.
make
Oh,
a.
I'm not trained in it, but it's a class skill. But
It doesn't. You still have to be
Yeah,
trained in it.
damn, I was going to roll a -2.
Okay, make
Is the DC 10 or higher?
DC would be.
is this ride?
Handle animal.
Yes.
Where's that?
It would be
It's,
probably 10, right on the dot.
Okay, then we can do it then. We can try it. I will attempt to handle this animal. I've succeeded by far.
I try to intimidate you.
I get a slutty 20.
Yeah, sure. What do you want to do?
Shut up.
Stop! He's gonna kick the shit out of you, man.
Meliorn taps it. Cornell yells.
Viper, it's okay. Calm down.
Feedback like that will eat you.
You can't understand what you're saying.
Oh, no.
What is it? What is it, boy?
I feel like
It shakes its head in the direction of the
If you really want.
What do your
gorge.
horse eyes see?
it sounds like someone's howling. That's what I'm trying to say. There's someone out there who's going.
My ancestors used to make rock formations where when the wind flows over them, it makes a specific sound. Usually it's an annoying, like, "Ooh," noise.
Ancestors
And something like that. No. My ancestors did, but other people also did.
Yeah. So there is someone here that has made the wind all strength.
Right.
Yeah.
Do those rock formations move?
No. Probably not.
Good to know.
I'm just saying.
Grok, I'm going to infer from your combat readiness that you've seen something moving and want to kill it.
Get your goddamn bow out.
It's broken. I only have knives.
Why are you here?
Because I can still stab things and tell you information
That's fair.
And you can still throw knives.
and throw knives. What are you handing me?
Another knife.
I have 3 knives now.
Okay, look, if you need more one here.
Yeah, I was going what the air be even more natural or unnatural?
The air.
The area, sorry.
These knives are too heavy. God damn it.
They're not.
Even approaching closer to the gorge, it's exactly the same.
It seems
You've
further
traveled
out
like,
there.
I really did. But
3-4
They're too heavy.
miles. Now you're going a bit extra. So you've traveled about 5
It's a
miles.
scimitar.
So about
No.
7 Ks, and
if it was straight,
the landscape is
It's
just
bigger
as
than
barren
absolutely,
and
but no.
strangely windswept in only one direction.
I don't know.
It makes traveling west and east quite easy, but it makes traveling north and south much more problematic. This whole region is like a travel trap. You're just moving in it. It's complicated.
It's the person who is howling.
Right.
It's the cat person, maybe a woman howling.
I think it's right.
Okay, that's your bet. That's your prerogative. You're allowed
We're
that.
doing bets, I'll say I want the trees.
I would rather fight a person than rocks.
If
These
it
doing
is-
trees.
If it is a person,
Where you go?
let's try and not immediately fight them because I do not have a lot of bullets.
Melion has proved to us
Oh,
that
here. And
we can talk to these monstrosities.
Yeah. Pacifism is really good.
So,
Last time we fought something, Viper died, and we got another Viper we can spare. But
let's try to talk.
Have you
our way
guys continually moved forward once?
yeah, we're moving slow.
You're still moving. Okay. So
out.
now
Just this long this.
the rest of you begin to hear a stranger wind
Go
sound.
talk.
I'm talking.
You're the talker, and call me back now. I'm going to be keeping guard.
This reminds me of the forests.
Hey, I can use those scimitars. with
In
a
fact, it
minus
reminds you of
40.
like a type of predator that would totally
So it
lure
gets
as
a
prey
+1
via
hit
the
with
sound of sounding like a helpless animal. But weirdly, it's merging all three different sound types together into one distorted, discordant.
Oh, I hear it now.
Remember these 3 different sounds together.
But it's all trained, so it's definitely not like a.
Definitely wrong.
I do a check to see if I can even recognize the animal, or if I can tell if it's an animal.
I thought mermaids did what I would call.
Sure.
That's cool.
I
Even though it's a
would-
really good roll.
I believe survival does this. So
Actually, so
I'm assuming just from the light.
I thought they liked the warmer
it's
waters.
like a pretty open valley. So the sound does echo a fair bit, but I would say general direction west.
I rerolled a cock 17
Gorge.
because it was cock 0 12, so it's 19.
What
19.
let's see.
So
Hey,
West is
if you want me to do nature, which
west
is
towards
16.
the ravine.
Mm.
Okay. It sounds like it's coming from maybe the ravine, or at least that direction. So I think we keep that in mind and do not go over there.
yeah, we've been going around for
Yes, that's our goal.
16 hours now.
I know now we're hearing weird stuff. So just thought I'd refresh.
Heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, my radar is a bit off.
Moki, you've heard of more mythical creatures holding these retaining properties.
They're not real.
Not natural. And in this environment, you're sketched out by the fact that if this is living, it has anything to forage here.
What's luring exactly? We can only work in sentient creatures. Something creature.
I mean, there's stories about banshees, undead
Banshees,
widows.
There's like, it can be anything. It's certainly not. It has
Does it seem like
fragments of bestial sounds, but it isn't.
But does it seem like a sound a beast could make?
And there's
You catch a feline-like sound, but even the howl doesn't sound like a wolf. You know, there is a feline-ish sound, but there's also a very feminine, womanly sound that merges in there. It's three different parts of beast and man, and no, the sounds, they don't sound natural. Definitely.
This howl is not coming from
We've already seen skeletons potentially here.
where it's probably
Might be other creatures in them.
probably some type of undead luring us. Sounds mixed of a wounded animal.
I'm so glad
feline creature.
so that y'all will at least listen to one of these.
A woman. Sounds like a woman crown.
Look at that. You
Pretty
said
close.
exactly what I said. What are you doing? Why are you acting?
We should go towards it.
I cannot fight undead at all. Just letting you all know.
what if it's a werewolf?
They have it.
I can fight a werewolf.
Everything.
Also, it's a feline creature. It's one of them.
I mean,
Werewolf.
that's a new predator sound of a werewolf.
Unless it's like
So
a
were-
werecat or werecat.
Those are things.
My God.
So it's not bird-like. Good.
No, not butterwhite at all.
Probably be like a were leopard here.
But
Oh, leopards are actually.
look, it don't make the sound.
What? They look like cats though.
It sort of sounds like a cat, but otherwise, seems pretty different.
Well, we should probably go towards it. Is it coming from the pit?
No, we should not go towards it. That would be a terrible.
You haven't directly
Let's go
gone in
around.
its direction, but it's certainly gotten louder the more you move north and west.
We're not going towards the pit.
We don't want to go northwest.
Let's just go straight north.
We do need to
No,
go.
no, we're supposed to go west, north into the ocean.
Yeah.
We need to go up and around this pit.
You want to go around the pit.
Yes.
That's what we've been doing.
Do you want to go north?
Yes.
North is further mountains.
That
There's
is-
nothing to forage.
Yeah.
They're going further north.
Let's go straight north
I would recommend south.
and go
They're
around.
trying to do a U around it.
We've
but
been going north for 3 hours.
If you did go
Okay.
south, you would likely hit the gorge anyway at a cutoff point. But
We're there. So right now we're going like this. Why don't you just head that way? We'll get there.
Okay.
Because we're already like near the crest.
Yeah, it's pretty lucky I saw
Crazy.
that
Started
man
going
like that.
south.
I think we can
Straight out.
stuff.
I don't know.
Very well.
I thought he was
Cool.
wrong.
Shall we pick up the pace and go a bit faster?
That was a different diet.
hardly-
That mentioned
you
I can see perfect fine, but you definitely not.
you are currently moving at basically a half movement speed because of the type of terrain you're now in going north.
Okay.
Picking up the pace would be helpful, but
I think we go.
you're currently
How
basically
long
half
have
the
we
speed.
been moving for?
You moved for about. It's now 8. You started roughly at roughly at 5, but this section of traversing, whether you move north or south, is going to take double the movement. So
Yeah.
double the hour. You're moving on to 9 p.m. You would be at 10 p.m. if you went straight west. You're
An
hitting.
hour or two of 45 movement speed, as opposed to 30. Still not full sprint.
Alright, I can try, I guess.
Guess not.
The card is that's the thing that's the riskiest.
I'll just carry on my back.
Though that wood being bent at that angle, having 500 pounds of stuff and just being on your shoulders, you don't know if you could carry it like that for days. But
Oh, definitely not. Like if it looks particularly rocky and rough, I'll put it on my back. If not,
it definitely looks like rocky, especially since it was toppled and then you refixed a wheel to it that wasn't the same wheel. Looks
Yeah,
rough.
you can get a
above
lap.
ground,
But
but
you
yeah.
can do stages of both.
I really wish we didn't keep the wheel and we just made it tug behind us. That would be so much more helpful in this situation.
Well, that was my original idea.
Would have been disintegrated by all the rocks by now.
This was a dig it. Don't worry about it. That was me and me. I should have known.
You don't even own a water skin. You're gonna die.
Oh, well.
Those
Yeah.
sounds of
Well,
howling
we should have opened up the pot so we could collect the little pots.
slowly grow more quiet.
Remember that for next time.
I think we're getting close to circumventing this danger.
Okay, let's keep our television ready just in case.
You hit 10 p.m.
As I like to say.
and you hit -2 degrees, I'll say.
God.
It's getting a bit warm.
I want everyone to make me one more fortitude save.
This jogging is helping me. Never mind.
It's just a really good ability.
Well,
Yeah.
I can last 24 hours.
yeah, well. Shit.
Another one. You both take one.
Can we heal it by walking?
Yeah,
No,
but if we get into
You need a rest.
You need to not be in the cold where you walk, yeah.
you're in the environment, so
I will say also, like, you know, you would even get fatigue overnight if you didn't have the blankets you just stole from the hamlet. So you've got basically
I'm
enough to...
stealing if there's no one else on this.
Exactly. Sound of echoing, crying, howling, sobbing fades as you see ahead of you now to the west, even though you've been going basically north, roughly 10:30 p.m. There is now no red to your west. Just behind you, that kind of red glow, very dimly, is there, but it's maybe 100 meters back now.
Alright, we passed the red.
Brunel has disappeared. No longer.
We can start going northwest.
I think just due west should be fine.
Going northwest adds time because of how rough. It's weird, like all of these cliffs
We would
are
just head
slanted
west.
south. Yeah.
Although, if we find a good area to make camp, we probably should. Let's go for it.
Oh,
It's definitely gonna get
You
colder.
found different types of good areas around you. It's all like, you know, it's all varying levels of size and scale.
Let's
But
keep going forward until we find a good enough area to rest.
yeah, we should definitely still put some distance
No-
between us
no
and
rocks
the rocks that are making the
taller
noise.
than 6 feet tall. No cliffs edge taller than 6 feet. And yes, so you
We can avoid it. We don't need a fire now. Well, I guess we do because it's still cold, but we probably shouldn't unless we find an actual good place that could hide it.
you head west, and the land dips down because of your proximity to this gorge. You notice now you become very close to horizontal to it,
Right.
and you notice that it's glowing. It's on the walls. It's not in the cavern. It's where you are. You're looking at a type of. I'm not even going to ask for nature checks. For the three of you, this red glow is coming from a type of algae or fungus. It isn't stone or rock that's glowing. It is what covers the insides of this gorge that appear to be glowing with this bright crimson color.
It was fine all about.
What's going on? That's making red.
Yeah, it's like a point.
On the sides of the walls, it is a bright golden, bright red crimson glow.
Why are we doing that?
We're not there. We're just going
We're crossing over the north bit of it.
Alright, so
In fact, Melon, make me a history check.
History?
This would be, I mean, technically, this is like alchemy based history. So I don't know what that, or if you just want to do an alchemy check, you can do that. You want to as well?
Alchemy?
I can do it just restrict.
And
I rolled so bad, though.
how old the four?
I rolled 6.
Wait, would geography count as well?
No. DC counts as 15.
Sick. Right, so we're just passing through.
You're passing
We're
basically,
going down,
you've gone
you know.
slightly down and
So we're
basically
not
have
in the
found
gorge, but we have.
found the southern entrance, southern facing entrance to the gorge, and where it isn't glowing up to where you are right now. You're in the darkness. It is around a 10-foot area surrounding that edge of the gorge. Is that light?
Is there anything we can grab?
You could get closer and go. Yeah, totally. It just seems to be on the wall.
We gotta like spare containers, grab some, and this would be helpful if we come across.
Yeah, I got some less files.
We got the cooking pot.
Well, it's
Probably.
a type of
Some ink.
yeah.
Oh,
So we can use the algae. Oftentimes it's like basically the bioluminescence you can use as an ink. So you can either put it in writing or we can splash it on a creature that's trying to hide from us.
that would be very helpful.
The only
That's
difference is you've never seen it in a red color before. That's
Yeah, usually it's like blue or blue.
Is it valuable?
Somewhat.
Okay.
So like no other really uses for it apart from us to see the dog.
Sure. I'll hand you a glass jar.
Oh,
Sort of.
I'll go through and collect some.
okay. So you get to the edge, and yeah, you see.
Now you want to go up up to the rift. Okay.
You actually notice that what you're carving away at is like a decent thick layer of basically moss-feeling algae. It is very like kind of like bushy and fluffy, but you're noticing it's basically you carve off, and what is underneath is this blackish stone like gem. It's
grab just enough for a vial.
just enough for a vial. You're noticing that somehow what is holding up this algae, what it is just resting upon, appears to be glowing into the stone. Like the stone is somehow semi-transparent, black face as it is. It actually has this kind of inner glow of that same red. Like both parts are playing at this.
Again, I'm going to take another 30 back.
Right.
I think we should keep it.
Now reflectors.
You want some of the rock?
It doesn't seem like it seems like the actual the glow is coming from inside, but not reflecting.
Ormond.
Well, it's a type of...
It's okay, Bapper.
You can't tell... You can only tell magical signatures, right?
That's detect magic. Aura is the type of magic.
So it's still
Detect magic tells me if it's magic.
Cool.
Still detect magic.
So...
So I guess I'll use detect magic. Sure.
I didn't know that. Read aura. Gives you the type of magic. I'm also going to say it gives you alignment, because for some reason that seems to be continually popping up. Not the moss, but the stone beneath it appears to be a very, 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 very faint glow of necromancy. But it's neutral.
Magic cantrips are very shit. They're only a D3 omens, but upgraded to a D4.
Oh no. Well, that's more necromancy. It's like this whole end is founded on necromancy. Anyways.
Those places in the college.
It's not giving any red flags.
Like bad necromancy.
What's a red flag?
Not good necromancy, but it's not bad necromancy.
Is a red flag like a heebie-jeebie?
Yeah, red flag is we should go.
You actually...
One, sure.
So a little different from it.
You definitely notice that
Natural also.
it is upon your approach, but somehow further into the gorge, the glow is substantially brighter than it is at the front of where you are. It's like you're looking into a dark corridor filled with that red glow that's kind of dim. In the darkness, it's semi-bright, but further into that tunnel, there appears to be a brighter red glow.
Any of you getting the urge to walk in there?
If you go in there, you're going to go and find more necromancy.
What? Into the ravine.
But it looks so nice, doesn't it?
It's getting stuff.
Some warm.
Yep.
You're invited?
Please tell me you're joking. Please tell me you're having a Google.
Look, for going down there, I wouldn't mind finding some rare minerals or any gemstones that we could sell.
We're going into the hell pit in the Vatican. We now know it's filled with necromancy.
Roll me a geography check.
And the moss.
And moss.
That's plenty. That's
Very good.
Necromantic moth.
That necromantic stone above the moss that seems to not have a natural glow, not really any type of interesting glow. It is a specific type of stone. Doesn't really make sense why it's here. Jackinth. It is a heavy conductible necromantic gemstone, specifically used for the effects of connection with other planes. And this stone lines the walls going into here, but on that is the moss that grows over it.
And this could be ruins of some sort of advanced ancient civilization. Looking at these rocks here should definitely not naturally be it. Anyways, we should definitely pick some of this rock up. If there's any way to get out.
It's pretty...
Sell for much?
Yeah, enough of it to cast the specific, spells, it goes upwards of 1,000 gold.
Any magical components.
Big amounts, it could go 1,000 gold. It's mainly used for experimentation or contacting the other planes. Anyways.
You can't skip over that.
Specific contacts would prefer this, would greatly admire this.
Planes.
Yep, it's very strong with enchantments for the necrotic magic
Specific projection magics.
and projection.
What type of what are the other plans?
Well, I know a little bit about. There's a plane of every element, at least.
Anemia.
What's that?
Oh, make an Arcana check for me.
Where is he will come from?
Oh, right, okay.
That's 18.
Pretty good. This material, upon heavily used as the component, is I hate saying it because jacinth is how it sounds, but it is a black stone with a kind of deeper red glow inside of it. It is used for freeing the spirit from the body in the use of dimensional travel. So not actually taking the whole body, more taking the spirit.
Anyway, since it's necromancy, it's more about soul manipulation, that sort of stuff. Is it real? I don't really know because I haven't really studied it much. But it can sell for a lot.
It's so embedded in these walls,
How much
you
is it?
might need to take like a day to mine this out. But
How much is a big amount?
Yeah, how do you go about removing it without cost?
If we measure values, I'm sure if we could sell grams of it, we could
it's a bit more than that, but yeah.
Do you have some like magical fence cutters you can use to a magic pickaxe?
I got a hammer and a pin. The other one take a bit longer, but
We're supposed to just protect you while you're mining.
here, I got a gemstone, so it's easy to break out.
Okay, do you reckon that we start, picking away, that maybe whatever is residing in this review,
Oh yeah, we should definitely look at it. That sounds like a war.
do you not think maybe it is connected?
Oh, most definitely.
Magic rock, maybe like a spider web, you pluck at one, everything else is.
Normally there'll be an enchantment or something to link that shit together. There isn't. This just seems to be either a naturally occurring resource or it's an ancient civilization thing. Still, I would see being sharpened.
And yeah, it's not like perfectly formed. It's very naturally formed, the stone in the walls. But
I am saying that my heebie-jeebies are starting to go a little red now.
Yeah, considering it has connections to the soul, if we end up seeing ghosts or
Monkey, what do you think about this?
astrally projected people,
I'm completely lost. I do not know much about
ghost centaurs.
this.
I agree with him. We should probably leave it alone.
it's about 45 pounds equals 100 gold. So a stone about this big.
I think that's a very rectangular rock we're pulling out.
These look like this. They look about this big, and they're just jutting out of the wall, covered in moss fungus. That's about the size, effectively, to pick
That's
up.
a big rock.
Look, I would like to study some, and if I can make some tools out of it, I could give it some interesting.
Why don't we just take like 10 grams?
That's not
That's way too much.
useful. How about we take 10 pounds of it? Do you even have a pickaxe?
No, I have a hammer and a pin.
I'm saying surely you can. 10 grams is surely enough to study a material.
Yeah, but
Well, for all this aspect.
maybe you can make a cool weapon out of it.
I guess I could make jewelry if you really want that.
I more so just mean like figuring out its components, figuring out maybe it's
Yeah, but once he figures it out, he's not going to be able to have enough to make anything out of it.
Yeah, at least we're not dead.
We're not going to
Why would
die.
we die?
As long as we stay in the cliff, we'll be fine. Also, look out for that werewolf.
Okay.
I'll start trying to get.
Why don't you get Monkey to help? He's a big burly man,
Okay, please do not fall off the cliff.
but he might be able to help figure it out. Is what I'm saying.
It could work.
Don't you have a magic axe?
I don't.
Murky,
It's not going to break. You're hitting a crystal.
here's a magic scimitar.
That works too.
We have two of them.
Okay. A dex weapon?
Better.
All weapons are strength weapons.
Oh, okay, cool.
I mean,
Hey, you can, but you need a fate.
All right,
I have 2 feet.
Monkey.
Just pull.
Why don't you use the magic blade?
With no magic?
I don't know. I'll make it.
You basically squish some of this crimson moss, and you pull it away, and the bottom of your blade is glowing red.
Yeah, it's mine.
It's not dripping. It's
That's
just
some spicy
I'll
rock.
strike some of the blade.
you take some of that moss, and it's now like across the wall. There's still like a tiny little bit of glowing at the bottom of your hole. You touch it. Roll a d4 for me.
Anyways, I'll use some of this time to get some rest.
You're gonna get AIDS. What are you talking about? You're smashing a big rock.
You massage it with your fingers,
Yeah, but you don't know enough. It's
and
sleep.
I mean, naturally it kind of
94
breaks
out
off,
on sleep.
crumbles into the palm of your hand.
I need somewhere high, and
You-
the clouds are not helping.
Notice that like the last bit of glow, as you wipe it away, nothing falls from your hand.
Yep. We have a vial. We don't need more.
You
It's
get
not
a bit
very
more
useful.
off and you get.
You can draw stuff with normal ink.
I need you to make me a
I
fortitude
have
saving
one.
throw.
I'm fine on ink.
Look, I'm a fourth. I eat weird shit.
You're also half man.
19. Yeah, but that half isn't very big.
It's pretty damn big.
Okay.
Bigger man.
Now I need you to make me a will save.
You're good at these. You can do it. I'll give you inspiration.
20.
Holy shit. Awesome. That's great. You only lose 1 point of wisdom. Will.
Solid.
Will or wisdom?
The will save.
Oh, okay. Good.
So, wait, what? He's a -1 to his will set.
Mhm.
Okay, that makes sense.
This makes my head a bit fuzzy.
You don't eat that.
Oh, sorry, no. It is wisdom damage.
But
Oh, okay.
even better. Moki, please don't eat that.
You don't see any effect. There's nothing.
Even if it wasn't, it's probably drugging you. It's also a necromantically infused normal plant. So
My mouth is a bit no.
that's, wow.
Okay. Here's what you can do.
Moki, this entire cabin starts to glow not just red, but kind of facets of pink and purples, and the walls begin to almost hum. Not to anyone else.
Why are the walls singing?
Oh, he's hot. He's hot now.
I figured with some of this
Is it like a beautiful song or just like a calming?
It's an interesting hum. Like when
What's calming?
Theo found that fairy fae thing that had the wings that made a horrifying kind of melody with its vibrations.
Are we
Kind of like that.
flying?
Okay, she's what we're gonna do.
Why your eye?
Wait, hold on. I missed. Please.
Alright. Alright. So we're gonna play the polygon polygon.
Don't lick it.
There.
Monkey.
Are you gonna hack at some of the stone, or are you just gonna be
Okay, what color do you see?
a little
This
entertained
stuff
by it?
connects you to other players.
It's pink.
The more that gets in your system, the more you'll transcend.
I don't think that's how it works.
Not really, but it'll slowly steal away your soul.
Anything? Does this do anything to my emotions?
In a kind of a similar way to alcohol, but without any of the buzz. It just
So it
loosens.
makes me feel confident.
Yeah, yes, slightly increasing confidence, but more in that the care you have is lessened.
Inhibition low.
Inhibition lowered. Yes.
Okay, look, I appreciate that, but I'm gonna need you to be a little bit less forward. You do that for me.
Hey, he's a smart
I will
What are you?
Match the crystal for my eye.
Do it. Make a strength.
Oh my.
I'm just gonna say strength check. The DC for this is 23.
Damn.
Okay, first one fails by
Rage.
yeah, it's 13.
Get angry.
Sure.
It makes a glancing slate chip. You chip something
Is
out.
scimitar damage at all?
No.
Tis a magic.
You want the second?
I drop it, take out my massive
God,
fucking
what is
sword
he doing?
blade. I will rage for 1 round.
Grok, you get a sliver of it this big. That's the glancing strike he gets.
Rage for 1 round and do it with all my might. If I had power attack, I would do that, but I don't.
I'm gonna go like
So I just use my attack.
I'll let you add your power attack modifier
I
to
don't have power attack.
You don't. I'll let you do an attack. Do it from attack.
Okay.
The AC is also 23, so yeah, you can use your attack.
Or the exact same thing again. But that's how this time. 16.
16. Okay, a similar sized chunk you crack off of it, but it is the moment you strike, both times the walls flash into a purple and then pink color, and then back to that red.
Does the humming get like hurt?
No, humming weirdly kind of stays the same repeating type of pattern, but the color in your periphery kind of vibrates momentarily.
I'm gonna keep hitting this.
The stone itself,
The algae changing color, is that the finish?
just a hint.
That's just me.
I mean,
Eat some. It'd be funny.
That's what it's done.
You strike it again,
makes more sense.
and
No longer raging.
no longer raging. You make a dent big enough that weirdly it shows two different angles of your face. And then you see one of those faces, this small crack on two ends you've made. It shows a different face. One face is yours, and the other is your son's. Which face do you look at?
I just completely stop.
It's like it's cracked into
At
two
my
different...
axe raised, I completely stop and just stare at
The son.
yeah.
Let's go.
The Moki freezes. And for Moki, in the 5 seconds it takes them to pull you away, to do whatever they're going to do, to look at you curiously,
Wow, let him cook.
his
Seeing something.
eyes, his pupils dilate, widen, and you look at your son's face, and now it is not just a face showing your expression of frustration,
Abomination.
a bit of
This is so.
a bit of exhaustion. Now it is a face behind bars, in a strange, unfamiliar land, caged, surrounded by twisted, grotesque outlines of creatures.
Oh, wow, really?
They prod and poke him with sharp instruments. The boy's face is that of terror.
Yeah, I'm attacking the creature.
Let's consensually hit each other.
I don't see the first storm, but I'm attacking the creatures. I'm fully raged. I attack the creatures.
Look at that fucking
Emotions begin to brim.
No!
Strike. Make an attack roll. I'll give you advantage, even.
Oh no.
Oh my god, advantage.
The stone
What the fuck is this?
Remember,
25.
You're right. I'm giving him
25.
I'm giving him story inspiration. 25. You
For a
watch as
total of 21 damage.
a cleaving strike hefts what would be probably a 15 kilo sized chunk of this stone through, separating a massive jutting piece of it.
because that's extra carrying capacity.
The emotions that brim, desperation, helplessness, the darkness, barely showing where your son is with no information and how to rescue him, only to watch helplessly as he is trapped. And the nightmare playing before you is cut in half. The bars, the cage, the surroundings. That stone hits the ground and turns, and suddenly you're like out of it, like a fugue state. You feel your body in that kind of instinctive father sense. The emotions of watching weakness pains you. Your heart pounds. But as that stone now on the ground turns over, it has 5 different fragments of just your face. Now there isn't.
Desperately remembering back to when I saw him, the surroundings is like mine. Surroundings.
No. In fact, you swear it was like kind of a plane, semi-flat, but whatever was surrounding him looked like material that was stretched and bent, twisted unnaturally. It didn't look to be wanting to harvest this boy. It looked to just be a fear tactic. Maybe kind of a primal type of being. It is very hard to tell. In that basically crimson view you had a crimson glowing face of you and your son, and you looked at your son and the outlines are black and red. So the detail was not great, and you think the only pronounced detail was the fact that they didn't have claws, they had talons. They were poking him with spear barbs, but it looked like it was just their hand that was poking through, like 3 feet long.
Take one last look at my refractive face. It's full of silence.
You walk out of the gorge into the darkness.
Profusely leaking black blood.
But, look, what did you say?
It's ignoring the label.
he's common sign when people are under the influence. Oftentimes best to bleed.
Violent bits of murderous rage against inanimate objects.
You would be surprised.
Let's write down about the story.
That's 100 gold worth of that gem.
Walk away and look at the stars.
That'll go.
He's gonna need some water.
As you look at
I didn't have water.
Look at Inanta. This god, not distinctly male or female, is a god of the symbolism of a bow and a dagger, but a god-like creature that binds in a form of marriage, a marital binding, a bow and an arrow, weapons that fit together in their class. You remember talking with her about prospects of children. You were here. You weren't miles that way or miles that way. You were here. But there was grass. There was a tree. There were fruits, brown fruits, filled with a ripe watermelon-like substance that you only found here. And now you stand on wavy-like stones that point south and look at mountains that are wrong and lit like a slightly derailed train clicking back into place. You are probably 50, if not more feet above the earth has risen. And you do not know why. And that is where we will go to break.
That's your bad.
Shut up.
We return to the unalignment of stars as Moki looks to the north and sees a set of stars commemorating the union and birth of a new chapter in life. These stars instead are lower to the mountains than you expected from this distance. Or is it that you are higher?
I'm so high.
I mean, he's high.
He's real high.
Oh, the mountains. So, as Moki looks ahead, Grok, what do you do? Moki did just stomp off or trot off.
I'm gonna go give him some water.
Right, we got the stone, yeah? Can we go?
I guess. We should follow Monkey. Make sure it doesn't get lost.
No, they went the wrong way.
If there's like a cliff where the shield problem
There isn't, but for the sake of it, yes. There is basically...
I rolled great.
I shift the earth again. No, there is basically like cliff.
Walk to the end of the
There are edges.
ravine.
There are edges. In fact, yeah, you would be for this sake, you would be standing over the ravine where they are now walking out from underneath, getting a better perspective above the gorge at the end of it.
I'm flipping the flash. God,
I'm just gonna hold up my water skin next to you.
I'm gonna start heading to the...
He's above you.
I followed him.
And drag them into the cart. Listen.
Okay. The path ahead seems as rough and rocky, but as long as you head west, it shouldn't be nearly as tough of a journey as it was north.
Any ravines behind this one?
The ravine?
Yeah, we started now.
If you start, yes. The glow can slowly dissipate behind you.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Fine. I think the boots...
Seem to get a bit emotional there.
You hook up your horse to the cart, because now Moki is not doing that.
So, what did you see?
I mean, that's it.
They can pop away.
The angry attention person?
Yeah.
Just follow him.
Yes.
Did you see anything related to the dead?
Just seemed like a skeleton.
Did you see a soul come out and try to possess you?
No.
Did you feel any healing properties?
They're just humming like a bustling insect and colors of barbecue.
Was there a cold feeling?
It's burnt out because it's 4 degrees, it's always cold.
I know, but did you feel cold?
How do you know the exact temperature? That's
He knows.
Wow.
Did you feel colder?
That's their battle for the second.
Like a cold spine chill, like something was unnatural.
I don't feel cold anymore. No.
Right? Just go right step.
It's all right. I did get parties
What happened with you and Simon?
I don't know.
I don't know what happened to me.
I feel like he's putting us on.
Is there a sense motive roll needed? Or is that just the sense of the motive?
Well, because it's just an 8.
You don't have to.
The ticket.
He gets the motive.
Bro, whoever killed Sin Sinner, I don't necessarily think that was
Let's get back on the road. Oh, up the mountain.
Alright.
should be a big guy.
I think I knew the cat again. No, let's keep.
Yeah. We are sort of heading in that direction that they were once at, so.
Yeah, it is. But it's ahead of you. It's definitely west. But it seems to be more south. You're going straight west.
Okay, we're fine. Maybe.
Alright.
Ahead of you appears to be the only actual, past the gorge, the only actual
Please tell me about
semi-tall outcropping of stone. Grok.
goddamn.
That was the stone where you saw something on top of and then was not. You're approaching it. It looks to be as if a giant tooth sticks out of the earth, made of stone.
Alright. It's been a few hours, so maybe we'll run it off. I feel like we did go a little bit of fast pace and call it faster.
Sure.
Just slightly.
Don't start running off just because you're going to get hit, right?
We'll be good.
Go slightly faster. I got small legs from the loose. Let's.
I'll put the car backpack on and I'll stop.
So we get any heebie-jeebies that something chasing?
Oh, actually, no. It became strapped to his horse the moment you left
I don't
it
get
alone.
heebie-jeebies.
I'll unstrap it and pick it back up.
I don't hear
Okay.
Why are you shaking?
because I'm sitting in a cart that Moki is carrying. Are you carrying the cart?
Oh, Moki is carrying the cart now.
And me.
No, that's fine. You don't weigh anything.
Nah.
No, he does
I am
not.
severely underweight.
40 kilos
I am
addition is
very
nothing to
large.
you. As you move, Melion,
I'm
that
reading.
you read. Are you looking up with what? There's no light, I guess. There is a pen.
I mean, I look up and around every once in a while.
Mm.
Because I'm
But you know
So
that
the
right
shitty dog.
beside you is that strange gemstone in the cart. You just try to evade your eyes from it.
Well, I'll look at it.
Okay.
I'll touch. Is there any part of it that's not got moss on it?
Yeah, most of this stuff hasn't.
Feel free to clean it if you want.
I like doing work when we're still.
You swear you hear like when you tap, it reverberate, like echo. Ding, ding.
Can I tried to wipe off the scimitar. Does the moss coloring come off? Or,
Yeah, I mean, you're using your hands.
oh, my hands, like a
Your cloth. It comes off with the cloth. But appears to be basically like sticking still to the cloth in some sort of way. Not as much. Most of it falls. Sheds, and you see there is a faint amount of a crimson trail coming from the direction you were from. Tiny bit before darkness takes you and submerged in. Now there is one small pinprick of light coming from that torch. That is all the light you have in your area.
Yeah, like I would look up sometimes, but there's no moon stuff. Like, can we see the moon behind clouds? Or?
Yes, and it is only because the clouds are so high up. There is basically like when some of the clouds get thinnest, you can see the outline. It's not very clear ever, but once the clouds become at some areas thin, you can see a decently bright orangish brown color in the sky. But it is very dark.
Did you figure anything out from reading?
I just started, so no. I'll let you know if I do.
It's
Alright, then.
behind you that
That's go a little bit faster.
sound behind you.
If we start getting chased by something,
Doesn't sound like it's getting
A little bit faster.
throw the rock off.
But it seemed to be south, and now it's behind you.
And we'll just go faster.
Okay.
In this whole time, it seems like it never stops. Just enters your area to gain volume. If a creature had lungs, it shouldn't be able to just continuously howl. And at this point, when you move for 30 minutes continuing, it sticks with you for 30 minutes, not getting louder, not getting quieter, still very distant.
I would turn off the lights.
I I didn't know, so I'd obviously have to put it in the comments.
Melion, your monster slot.
Anyways, I was going to say, maybe it's a undead with a curved carcass with the wind blowing through it, which makes it sound like a howl.
That would have to be a very large undead.
I think it's something that is.
That's why I thought it was a moving undead carcass with wind blowing through it.
I believe it is movements as opposed to.
When you say carcass, that means it's dead. So I think you just mean a large undead.
I'm also I don't think his body is.
The first thing you fought became a moving carcass when it was possessed.
You think it's a dead thing that isn't undead. That's
No, I think it's not dead.
the carcass and undead don't.
They're both corpses.
It was just a strength bonus, and he thought it was.
It's like saying the remains of an undead that has been dead.
I'm saying the moving remains is afterwards.
I don't necessarily.
I'll simplify my language and I'll say corpse.
I don't necessarily believe that it's the actual body. It feels more purpose.
It's too unnatural. It's breathing live together all at once.
Feel like it's on purpose, not by accident.
Undazzled.
But if it was just the body.
Alright, but when its lungs eventually start hurting, there's no coughing or anything.
Not if it doesn't by accident.
Oh, if it's not made with lungs.
Or regenerates.
It's hard for. It's hard to say.
And it disappears.
It's gone.
Probably not. I should keep that.
It's closer. Didn't sound close enough. Way.
There are certainly now you've moved past the gorge, there are interesting depreciations in the stone. What seems almost like large, rounded crevices, or kind of like almost like they would be hollowed out tunnels naturally, but they're just large kind of circular divots spaces where you can walk, maybe only at the largest 8 feet wide, so not actually even able to get a cart through. You're still finding it hard to locate equivalent tracks for your cart. You do find them, it's just not the easiest to find any more than one. Your sense of direction is very limited with moving a cart, but with Moki holding it above him, it allows you to move and traverse through the swaths of strange stone until you get a point where ahead of you, less than 100 meters, is that stone, large comparatively to everything else, 50 feet up. It is protruding. Actually, now you look at it, it's more of a horizontal slant upwards. And
Hello.
kind of, it almost looks like a massive rib piece or a tooth or a horn, like that. Go away. Something where actually,
And freestanding underneath it.
as you kind of move closer to it, you realize that it is hanging over what looks to be a gully, some sort of a space where a cart could be moved through efficiently. You don't know how long that continues for, but under this, in Grok, you're like that. Something with a black silhouette with no distinct features was on top of it and then scuttled off. Didn't look like an actual scuttle, but equivalently a black object disappeared. And then the sound. Except it's in two directions behind you, north and south.
Maybe it's surrounded. Do you know any travel tales about screaming monsters?
No.
That I can think of some. I'll do a history check for first tales. That's really a local check, I don't have that.
Go for it.
So I'll do a history.
Technically, can I make a local check?
That's a 20 for history. But it's 10.
There is a story, though it's not one you personally picked out. It was something read to you by a woman very close to you.
Croker is a woman.
God knew a woman.
Holy shit.
She could be dead. It's a tale called Valor and the Lady, and it's about a story of darkness and bravery in a world so grim. A tale that talks about one's ability to bear the darkness with an iron heart, a spirit that would never cave. A reference to the minions of the dark unknown. It reminds you of this because in this tale of valor and the lady, this knightly woman fends the darkness off, but it seems to attack her mind. In terms of local, that's really all you can do, but you're realizing the closer the sound gets, it is gnawing something away, mental layers. It's like grinding of plates against metal. It is a sound not that anything would enjoy.
You know anything? I was hoping that one of you would have more of an idea, but I guess a long time ago.
I would make a local knowledge check.
Sure.
Screaming monsters in this area of the...
Sure.
19.
Except for tale of sirens and more avian predators that work in that type of wind aspect. They really are able to amplify their voice with the sound of winds. Mm. No, you're not sure. In fact, anything that can howl for hours straight isn't natural. You're definitely sure this isn't local, naturally.
Hey,
Girl.
I think local is also thing you just hear by pass-bys who are just talking with the town and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, luckily no one comes out here,
That's why I'm proficient in it.
Would I be able to do a profession check specifically just on, like, sort of how we deal with the undead?
How you deal with the undead?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Anyways.
19.
The Kenna way is to burn very, very brightly.
Do you want me to start singing?
I'm going to make me torch. So I'm going to grab a couple of sticks, buy and kill this with a patch.
Got it.
And I'll just set the tip on mine.
Perfect.
Bit of cloth over the top as well.
Okay. Well, as you do that,
Do you want me to sing? I can sing it, but...
the fire in his hand suddenly...
My God, the fucking avalanche somewhere.
I want everyone to make me a will saving throw. This is charisma based, if that has any effect.
I think will is just wisdom based.
The save is charisma based. Means that under the will category, if it,
So I can use
you can use your charisma.
Oh, so wait, we have to use charisma? Or?
No, it is charisma based, meaning if it's higher, you can use your charisma.
Okay.
9. I think it's just spellcasting modifiers for it.
Let's say 22.
5.
We're awful.
Yeah, it might be... I mean, they're all... It might
I
be
don't
with
have any
charisma,
plus bonuses, I just have good wisdom.
because I think that was a thing.
Probably. It says no. They do. They've like under the will saves. They have different based things. This is on a lot of my stats.
It could also be a little damaging.
Regardless, I horrific.
Right, so everyone but Moki loses 1 point of wisdom.
Oh, wisdom.
1 point of wisdom damage.
That's not charisma.
That's good, I already
Your
have one.
inhibitions slightly falter. The feeling of it's not even that. It is that this sound has chipped away at a fundamental part of your mind that has been holding it back this whole time. It hasn't beaten your mind. It has just chipped into it, and the sound is close. It is very close. It is within 200 feet. It is within 150 feet. You are not sure where because everything around you is black. You're down. I'll just show you.
Everything's pretty bright to me.
Oh, does it map me out?
But there is a warning sign. You do pass this. A corpse,
I didn't see it.
a skull, a body of armor in red clothing.
Perception?
It's pretty dark. Yeah, not good. Not a good.
Dark doesn't mean anything. It's just naturally just it's a fixed.
I mean, Grok can basically see everything. Most things you're not going to miss from there on. Don't worry about that. Look how big this card is, like filled with stuff. I mean, it is chock-a-block.
Is it really? We have like 4 things.
You have a bunch of rope.
We
You
have
have
one little coil of rope.
you have right, so they can fit into anything.
2 bags
you
of
have
feed.
two bags,
Which are on by.
2 bags of feed. Sure,
We
they're
have
on I can take
plate
off something.
armor in there.
You've got
Also,
a massive. You got a barrel.
That bundle of rope I see right there,
What's
that's
going on
like
in the barrel?
That's
200
Grok's
feet of rope.
metal barrel.
Oh, you had that. Okay.
Oh, it's not a barrel.
Metal barrel. This
Plate
is
armor?
on the horse.
We got
You can just put it in the cup.
rag tapestries. We got 2
Oh, nice.
Blanket.
Wait, we have barrel? What's the barrel?
blankets.
His metal.
We have
large circular
Oh,
metal
what's the
container.
other box?
expression and 2 magic sensors
The other box behind that, what was
right.
in there.
So the box
Did you
that
keep a box
represents
for anything?
plate armor.
Sure, let's say that. Yeah.
We had a box.
that? There's plate armor in there?
Well, I was giving you a barrel for
Wait,
if you wanted it to
We
be
have
circular.
plate armor in there?
Yeah, we have plate armor.
You have the what's it
That's
called? The
500
medical
pounds.
guard had half plate.
Oh.
Oh, I read that.
Actually, no, it was plate. Never mind.
But
It's
I
5
can't wear it.
No,
It's
it was
been a while.
half plate equivalent for you if you tried to hit it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I haven't changed it. I've touched it.
Yeah,
It
well,
is,
yeah.
it is plate armor.
But like, yeah, and it was shot with arrows, so there wasn't any damage to the actual metal. It was scorched a bit, but except for that. Anyway, the sounds are coming now from either side of you, and the problem is that on the path you are currently on, this single tunnel-esque area is all that is ahead of you. This narrow passage, but then at the end, Cornell, you swear you see with your eye
where?
Oh yeah,
in the shades of red and black
love that.
a very, very faint green glow. Like a pinprick. Distant west. And it's actually low, it's down, and you see this, the path ahead of you appears to have a downwards angle.
I'm gonna flip my cloak inside out so it's black.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a little dot
At this point, yeah. You don't, it's not moving.
in front of us.
Ahead of you, yeah, west. A lower elevation, actually. Is
Yeah, it's unweird because I can only see. Everyone else is blind because you have lights on.
I'm going.
Oh, I know.
No,
I'm going to do this so people can see.
He's good.
I'm going to. As we're walking forward, I'm just gonna my eyes all sort of strain inwards. The sort of muscles will begin to tighten around. I will give myself a +2 to perception
So
and
fucking Bucky upgrade.
and some light vision.
Okay.
My light vision. So.
Okay, well, I want everyone to make me some perception checks, please.
Oh, well,
Really, someone trained, so technically I can.
This
You
is just.
want
This is
my
just. You
No,
can.
no, it's only some skills. Yeah.
The ones that have asterisks is nice to know.
What was it?
Do you want my rope?
11.
I rolled
11.
25.
He's that boy.
Okay.
Wait. Oh, they didn't get stumped over, so that's good. Against me.
No, actually, I was also wrong. You are carrying. You are carrying the cart.
Yeah, I moved
It
stuff.
is. You did it. The Melion is riding the horse
Yes? Okay, good.
No, I'm in the car.
in the cart. Okay. No one's. Let's say Grok is riding the horse.
Drop was leading because where he's dark
You're
vision.
gonna lead by foot.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
We
So yeah,
weren't going that far.
the horse will stay back.
Let's say just the horse is tied to the cart, so like.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Good idea. Back. Basically.
Yeah, I got it in the back.
Gotcha.
Would someone please shut the horse up?
I'll look back.
You look back. It is actually like kicking stones backwards. You see little sputters of stone just. And then
We should probably
you look
speed up.
up,
Now we'll leap off the back of the car onto the horse.
and Moki is the only one to see this.
Swear to God, if I ever does.
Make sure the camera can see the top of this.
I just did that perfect.
Don't think I can see the top of the
Okay, never mind.
That is the only thing
What the
Moki
fuck?
sees.
Clark pulls out his great axe.
Is that fucking abomination?
No one else can see this but Moki.
Yeah.
Does it look like a wolf?
Some sort of long-limbed wolf-like body, but it's so thin, you swear it loses its own dimension when it faces you, and you realize now it is facing you, and its mouth opens like this, and you can see just some sort of liquid dripping from between the kind of predator-like multi-mouthed appendage.
Incoming red-teated wolf!
What?
What does that mean?
Behind you, on the rock. I point.
You realize behind, directly now where the horse is,
Behind us.
as you can't say I'm going to do this, but it's just not going to help you. Right here.
Boys. There, boys. Prepare for battle. We have to keep our horse alive.
He jumps down this way, along, basically beginning to ride.
I can't use him, these dogs.
Does not attack you, does not with the surprise round, but you hear Viper behind you. Genuine sound of fear before you feel the
Go off, we're o'clock.
Monkey. You are holding. You're holding.
He's a horse.
The cart. You feel the entire cart whips backwards because the horse is attached to the cart, and the horse gets attacked. So I want you to make a strength check. This is going to oppose the horse's strength. It's a very similar strength. I rolled horrifically.
How do you know name is
23.
I rolled a 9.
Oh, sorry, 22.
22. So
I put the card
the
down
rope,
and hold it.
the rope snaps.
Oh, then.
Oh, he's a
But you literally like
fire dad, bitch.
almost feel the cart break over you. You managed to keep it safe, holding the underside and kind of the upper.
Both running, I'm guessing half of this can't go back. If it's going to run.
It seems to basically try to like kick backwards, and as you guys are moving forwards, it tries to leap in the direction of
Through acrobatics levels.
this, but there is not much room, even though he is doing it.
If it
What-
gets there, I'll just like try to stop him from fully running away.
its back legs appear to be heavily bleeding, and it is not only limping, but you can see annoying, similar, long black barb sticking out of one of its legs.
Oh shit! Going after fucking blizzard things with the poison.
It's like it's one hopping on one of its back legs now.
Oh, you mean like the monkey fella?
Monkey fella.
Oh shit, we're fucked.
Yeah, we're fucked.
You say that. Everyone roll me initiative.
That's the second that you. That's the second in a row. Which is
Yeah.
Oh, wait, this is
Initiative.
It's Dex.
initiative is Dex plus
Just got it.
I have a misfire of 3, so.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I have a 17.
Guys, we're in good hands. Like I said,
That's good.
I'm gonna be
I can run away.
Immediately.
Wait, just I'll just kill him real quick.
My good pen is
I was
empty.
really
What
trying to
the
avoid
fuck? I didn't even
combat.
use it.
I don't like Pathfinder combat. So I've been really trying to avoid it.
Might as well bullshit.
Oh, none of these pens are
What do you like about it, huh?
It's
I can
too
give you a
much
pen
to
if you
think
want.
about. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
You like this? So how many percent that we got here?
Got it.
Two.
Okay, 18 mil.
It was like a shot.
Yeah, but I
17.
only one barrel.
You read like one?
Monk.
Good, I got 18.
You got 18.
7.
7. Grok.
I got a 13.
Oh, yeah,
13.
also there's something in front of us. It's like a green light. Just thought I'd let you know.
None of you see it.
You're lying again. You're just wrong.
Why am I here?
You're simply wrong.
Move it to the monkey or no?
No, different.
You useless human eyes are being useless. That's you.
Oh, there you go.
I don't want to be here.
These guys get a 19 in initiative.
Did they get a surprise round off?
Or none of them do, but they did on the horse.
Well, I have a torch.
Okay.
That's good.
I have to drop my-
You're keeping track of the horse's HP.
Sure.
It has 21 HP,
What the hell?
and I'm going to do the
Why
damage.
do I also have so much HP?
That more than
Because
you.
he's a fucking 900-pound animal.
Sorry, 2,000 pound animal. Actually, 1,000 pound.
Okay.
1,500. It's messed up.
I don't know if horses are.
They're that heavy. Look it up.
Can't even drag.
Plus 2.
Wait.
These enemies better do more than
Plus 2.
If you do a strength check, you might be able to.
3 to
Yeah.
7 points of damage.
7?
A third of its HP.
Because he's a heavy horse.
Okay.
Yes.
So that is a total of
So I can take 2 of them.
14 life.
Okay, so you're keeping track of it then.
Sure, I'll keep track of it. I have a notepad right here.
He has a solid 15 AC.
And now this creature will run along the cliff up here. These guys aren't attacking you.
Like we're from.
Guys, why is this the only place why have we gone through the long corridor? Why don't we walk around?
You even see they have strange, like, bat-like, flaps that attach to their... It's their bodies are so fundamentally wrong, disproportionate.
They can shoot that bomb.
And you don't even see where their barbs are on their body. They're so black. But you saw the barb out of the horse's body, and that horse, Viper. At this point, it moves another 100 feet with you guys, and then stops, and then falls over, not dead, but just heavily.
Wait, it went past us?
No, it continued with you at your pace, and then
Leave the horse. Let them kill it. We'll run off into the distance.
It's got all of my stuff
No,
on
we
it.
can take
We have to
this.
take
Well,
Let's use the horse.
I'm gonna kill you!
No,
It's personal. They can't shoot them bombs if you're close.
I
They
feel
can
like
shoot their bombs if they're dead!
yes, that was also a point.
who has...
Wish I had my bow.
Both of these creatures move up until now that they are literally above you. Their mouths you now can see. They seem to open and make more noise. The closer they get, the more contorted between male, woman, feline, and wolf, but not ever being a wolf.
Is that listen?
It is now Melion's turn, but before you just start attacking these things, are you guys running? Are you guys...
I jump off the car and run over the back.
I'm running away.
I jump over the back.
Run away.
Viper has just fallen.
This is.
I want to take the retreat action.
He's falling.
Retreating forward.
Withdraw.
Yes.
You mean withdraw?
Yep.
It's just running forward. I don't know if that's withdrawing.
That's a
I guess it
called
is, but-
withdraw.
Yeah. Okay. Grok, what are you doing?
My initiative.
Yes, you are, but
I think we're just choosing whether to run.
one round, I'm letting you guys make a choice.
Okay. As my choice, I will walk up to below that creature.
Casually walk.
Which you are. It comes above you. That's kind of
And I
scary part.
prepare my axe, and since I'm in a close enough range, I can get a bunch of opportunity attacks if it does anything. So yeah,
Oh my god.
now I can't make an attack on that shoot, so I'll just try to climb up a little bit to get closer. Yeah, no.
I've already done Melion. He's assessing the horse, and we'll get back to that.
I'm grabbing my case.
Yeah. So basically,
okay?
I'm just going near it
And
to
opening it.
get all those attack of opportunity chances.
You're not leaving the bar.
That's what I like to see.
Okay.
If it breathes,
What weapon? You great axe.
great axe.
Oh, I'm sorry, you can't withdraw.
Okay.
You can't withdraw if you're blinded. I'm sorry.
Bro.
You're in the dark right now.
You see a strange black, like saliva or blood or something leak from its mouth, spill down the side of the cliff edge that you're riding against. It is leaking black viscous material all over your shoulder now, Grok, and it is like directly above you. Its mouth is looking over everyone, not just you. You might even be invisible to its perspective. You're not sure.
As Grok will also pull out from his vest to cover himself up what seems to be slightly staticky steel. It just covers body.
Okay, Melion, go back to you. Just next would be Cornell.
I succeed.
You need to do I would say,
5% check.
I will.
like what's a thieves' tools check? Basically, like unstrapping everything quickly. If that's what you're trying to do, or are you just trying to get the case?
I'm just pulling the case out.
Okay. Then that's easy. I would say it's a.
All good.
I would say
Move actions. Standard action. Open it up.
pulling the case out, like the whole thing, taking it out, opening it. That's an action.
Okay. That's that my turn.
In your turn, Okay. Cornell.
I have 18.
I got a 7.
Yes. No. You go right after Melion. What are you doing?
Okay.
Melion just dives backwards towards the whinnying horse. You see that right above you on both sides, these mouths.
I had 2 spears thrown back to the very front of the car behind me. I was going to grab one and throw them at the one that was above drop. I will throw Rage of the Raven. Actually, should I? I'll Rage of the Raven.
That'd be funny.
Okay.
I grab one with my right hand, good one, and then as I rage, the purple blackish veins on my arm extend more onto my body, and then it just all the holes and damage that was in there fill in with goo, and then I switch the spear from my right hand to my left, hold it back, it buffs out a solid fucking 2 inches, and I throw it right at the fucking thing.
I don't like those again.
Swells in dark veins.
As I throw it, it immediately goes back down to its shrinky size.
Right.
Shrinky.
Normal.
That's rough.
Mmm. Oh my
That's
god.
rough, but
So I love that 11.
Shouldn't have
11. This thing, you don't even see it move its body. It just remains perfectly still, and that darkness somehow is distorting itself like a displacer beast. It
Just goes
is.
right through that tree, demolishes it.
Yeah, totally. Just breaks it all off, and you just see this thing. The moment you throw it, the mouth close up.
Okay, in that case, I will. Grok, you have that one above you. Need help?
Yep, I got it.
Okay. I'll use
Take out
my
the other.
50 feet of movement to go here and jump up here.
That was a ranged attack you did, by the way, right?
Yes, range.
You're good.
Lovely.
Do I need to do a jump check to go up here?
Up onto the. No, actually, only because there is enough kind of like leverage to get yourself up. I'm going to say no.
I'm going to use leverage. I'm going
Make that jump naturally.
Make it more difficult.
Yeah, I have a +4 on my jump check after running start. After running start.
Do it. Make a jump check.
37.
That's acrobatics, isn't it?
Would be.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay.
DC is 12.
You're good.
28.
Yeah.
You good.
Cool.
I got 28 on a fucking level 2 character. Holy shit.
You see, that definitely drew its eye out too.
As I'm running,
Light.
I will reach behind and pull out the vial of algae, and I will do a full, baseball pitch towards this guy. Oh, right.
Don't rate me.
That is a. That's 13.
13 misses.
I see him as a.
Wait. We're getting destroyed.
The highest thing.
AC 15.
Yeah,
If it was-
13 is
If it was flat-footed, it would have been 13.
I mean,
level
your
two?
bonuses are low.
I mean, the low level. Sure.
But I would say basically the place where the tree that was broken by his attack suddenly is now covered in a glowing red fungus. So, Meliorn, you could not see that monster before, but this whole area here is now glowing red, so you can see.
Lovely.
So inadvertently, you helped. Cool. Top of the round is the creatures.
Is this it's non-chicken?
From the 5 feet.
But it impacts on all, so it has a different.
It turns back to you and will do a bite attack, opening its jaw wider and wider. The sound grating on your mind.
Like this, but you better just ignoring that.
Natural 2.
Looking at this.
Natural fucking 2.
What a fucking
Does
idiot.
nothing. It tries to bite down, and on Moki, your blade, you just put in its path. Its mouth opens, splitting in 3 places to allow. And this one above Grok, it's just jumping on you. You're glowing now. Actually, Cornell, are you glowing with your fire torch?
He's also
Have you still got the fire torch? Okay, that's brighter than his glow. So he will
Grog gonna attack him too.
still within range.
No,
If he moves to any of the squares,
Oh,
Yeah, attack him
even
too.
around people.
but
He can do a 5-foot step.
you only get 1 for every movement action. Yeah, basically.
okay. Well, I mean, he's jumping over him, so it makes total sense. You split its stomach over.
Nice, I missed.
You miss. You
One of
go
us
for
will
it,
hit something.
and it's like that horrific marble monster in Transformers. Its body is so thin that as you go to strike it, you're like not understanding why you're not hitting a mass that is that big.
If 5 points, you can increase your roll if you want.
You can do it, Felix.
You do on
Actually,
the most
I can't
important
even
matter.
if I do that.
No.
I'll get a 14.
Look at us.
Still a miss.
You are back. You are not
Make you 1.
Ooh, that's a
Right?
bad roll,
Yeah,
but
well.
with a +8, that puts it at 15
I think I missed.
Find my
on Cornell.
misses.
Ooh.
Motherfucker
So,
is 80 dex. What did you expect?
You turn around and it literally just bites onto your torch. Your light is
That
just
shit misses.
half
That
snuffed
shit even misses.
by a giant mouth opening in 3 places and just swallowing the fire whole.
I need some help over here.
It just begins to try and rip it out of your hand. You're like holding a baseball bat trying to bend this thing.
No, flank him.
I use a gun.
Or the attacks that missed. Melion, it is now your turn, followed by Mookie.
Can't flank.
Well, it's time to use a knife.
Okay, I pull out.
Why?
How do I describe it? Black framed small contraption, which I pull it up and spin it in my hands, and 2 limbs pull out and pull itself into a crossbow shaped thing. And I will, as a move action,
Oh my god, he's so cool.
pull it out, put a bolt in it, and I will lean over the cart and shoot at the one attacking me.
Alright. As that big amount of fire, you see its mouth open, snuffed.
Okay, I got a natural 18. So 1 away from crit range. So natural 18 hits.
Definitely.
Shoot it in the ass for 1 damage.
Plus nothing.
1 piercing damage.
1 piercing.
Viper, you better still be alive at the end of this.
It's like, you can tell it's trying to breathe hard, but at the same time, you always catch, it's like, its energy is getting sucked out of it. The more it breathes, the more it sounds like it's fighting harder to breathe.
Just hold your breath.
What?
I'm fucking.
The thing is right in front of me.
It has your sword in its mouth.
My blade, you mean? Okay.
Your blade, your massive ass blade. It has tried to bite on your hands, and it's just the top of the blade right above where your hands are.
That was a mistake. And my arm, again, bulks out even more, and the veins that were already encroaching down to like my chest goes even
What the fuck, bro?
further
It's
to my
almost
other
smelling.
shoulder.
That's so gross.
So
nasty,
so much.
I grip the blade, and then spikes come out my arm into the blade, and I
literally in its mouth, you just attempt to just take off the lower half of its jaws.
no mind, it's just
Yo, just the whole head. Do it. Roll the head.
okay.
It's so much cooler if you were a 5e barbarian, but the fact that you got on and off and on and off, so dumb.
It's technically full doing the thing, but whatever. 18.
To hit? That does.
Yes.
That does hit. My God!
Actually, 16.
16 still hits.
Okay, good.
Yeah, but
Good,
then
good,
he's just
good, 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 good.
I'll win. I was wrong.
Okay.
I'll win. I was wrong. That's a joke.
22 damage.
Holy shit.
Max damage, and as I do that,
Next time.
the spike that my arm sent to the blade is reciprocated with even more spikes from the blade going into my arm again. And the blade, the head of the blade, explodes with more spikes, doing 2 bleed to
Nice.
the creature and me.
You also notice
My enemy.
that one of those spikes isn't yours. As the veins on your arm get slight, you need to make
Actually, it's
me
really good for him.
you realize that the
Good for him.
quill that is in your arm is still attached to the monster fighting you.
No, that's fine.
This is a reflex save to see if you can break it off effectively. Because right now, reflex.
It's fine, you're good at those.
No, I'm not. I don't have any cards for that.
A DC of 14.
Sucks up.
Okay.
Sucks up 32 HP.
10.
10.
Is that trades? That's the highest number you can
That's pretty solid.
You, instead of removing it properly,
Yeah,
snap it off, still
You cannot
completely
move out of the way. It's
Here's
impossible.
into your arm, and you do take another, the same amount, 4 points of piercing damage.
Okay. At the end of my turn,
I would be dead.
purple lanes glow even more, and all the damage I just took, a tiny part of it heals over as I regain points.
Damn.
What is your class?
What the fuck?
I fast healing 1 on them raging.
Alright, there.
Roll-
I have regeneration.
It is your turn.
Alright.
Holy
Go for
shit.
the stag energy.
I don't know how I have 1 hit point less than when I started.
You see that thing is now just like it is so dark and it's hard to see its body, thin limbs, thin legs, thin everything.
What's the flanking bonus?
Supposed to. Separate condition that gets rid of.
That's 7 damage.
7
damage.
Good job.
Roll 3. I do that.
So as you see, there is a large bolt stuck into
solid.
the creature's like back of the neck where it's been trying to bite. You just run along the side of its body and just rip in. you realize too late that the moment you swing in, this arm that's connected to it slides a quill barb through your entire arm, dealing you 4 points of piercing damage.
All right, roll a will save.
I don't want to hit this thing.
Will save. This is just upon contact. It
Yeah,
barbs
that's
you.
good.
That is a bad. That is a bad.
That is a bad. Oh, that's right. Oh my god, I can sneak attack it. Yes.
I can shoot it without having to take an opportunity attack.
Will save with +3 for a 9.
Okay, I needed a 14.
All in.
So it's now stunned for the round. When it hit Grok,
That's such a great
Okay,
spell.
now
the electric static.
Now, oh yeah, right. So it freezes. You need to make a reflex save to carefully pull out the barb instead of having it rip out with you.
That's a 10.
DC
with
14.
Reflex, I have no reflex, that's 10.
So you take another 2 points of piercing damage as that quill barb is ripped out and broken off in your arm.
I missed the original amount, so that's 2 plus
2 plus 4.
Okay.
It has a -2 to AC, and it loses its dexterity bonus to its AC.
So it becomes flat-footed, I believe.
Yeah.
But put it in minus 2. Yep.
Flat-footed plus -2.
So it becomes a touch attack. So an 11 AC.
Alright.
Wow, same my AC.
Well, no, because touch attacks use dex.
Yeah, flat-footed is a specific condition.
Yeah, it is a
Just think of it as it loses its dexterity.
Yeah.
Okay.
And minus 2.
Because there's like 50 different types.
It is a +2 dex so it's an 11. Okay. You watch, even as it bites onto your
That's like a
torch,
sneak attack.
suddenly its body
And you have-
like freezes up. Locks
Or pre-med.
that howl sound that has been going this whole time.
Oh. Sound like a bitch.
It just starts to like choke on itself.
Yeah, I'll just.
Like it can't stop the sound from coming out, even though it's not the proper lung depth that it
I'll
was.
just drop the torch and fan hammer. Shooting only one barrel because I don't want to waste my bullets.
Into its stomach.
Not fin hammer.
Why don't you shut up? Okay? Why don't you shut your little door? I got a 21 there.
Definitely. Definitely.
22.
That's even better.
This was, should have said earlier, this is with my ordnance as well.
Is there some extra effect?
Physical, and 3 fire. And then I will go. I'm going to step away. Sorry.
Cannot do a thing.
That's the end of my turn.
End of your turn. And Grok, how long does this stun last? Until the beginning of your turn?
No. I'm going to stay there. I'm going to.
So beginning of your turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Next, you swear it's ready to move, but that electrical stun, like in Pokemon, just covers it again. Paralyzed.
I have the
It
static
is
ability.
paralyzed. But the howl on Moki. Voice breaks and all it bites. It bites. Ooh. 25.
The hit,
Yes.
I have an 11 AC.
Good to know. I rolled the max on the guy who cut.
Barbarians don't have good AC.
What'd you roll?
17.
Oh, what's after that? This dodge, the spell ends. 4 o'clock. So he's now normal.
Okay. Okay.
Tell you that.
Nice.
It plus 1 stone, that's it.
Alright.
Once you get the upgraded spell.
So that hits
Oh, yeah.
for plus 4, 11 points of piercing damage as its mouth fully surrounds your handsaw and just bites both of your hands, sealing them together.
It's 11 to you.
11 from
11 damage. And then because it attacks you,
You take.
you take 2 points of piercing on top of that as a quill is embedded into your body just from the teeth.
That'll be 1 hit point.
So
away from
13
that. That was me.
points of damage from that. Next, it is Melion.
I will lean the crossbow up against the thing, and I will once again rip the string down, connect it. This crossbow is like half the size of my body, and I will pull out another bolt.
Yeah, every motion.
Like that. Oh my god, I did string!
It's a big boy. How great is this crossbow? Please give a.
Is it perchance a masterwork weapon? Would it be a masterwork weapon?
Sure.
That just gives me a +1 to damage and to hit.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
What the hell?
Masterwork means a good. It's a good weapon.
10.
Oh, no.
I rolled a 4 to hit.
I try to help you.
Give him a 1.
So it's 9 plus another one.
You can add.
Okay.
You can add your plus
Oh my
one.
god, I'll use my +1. Wow.
To make it a hit.
That's
No,
11 now.
11 is now its AC because it's stunned.
Just stunned. So I get sneak attack for the first time.
Who's marking down the points? Caden.
Okay.
Mark down -1.
9 points of piercing damage.
Melion's point. 9 points of piercing.
Through its fun foreleg.
Oh, my blade's free from its mouth because it's not on his mouth, right?
Yep.
Okay. Raise it on my head. Doubling girth.
Leveling plan and quite inefficient.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I bring the hammer down.
Please just kill it into it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll kill it to it.
This is only one level.
Yeah.
Barbarian.
Okay.
He's one level centaur, one level barbarian.
Naturally 2.
It just makes me happy that
you're
melee is
cheating.
actually good. Well, I mean, looking at this situation, if I was on that
I rolled
rock
the
up
same
there,
one
I'd be
last time.
invincible
So
for my
22.
Perfect.
No, actually, no, even more. Whatever.
You take 2 points of piercing damage, but you continue your turn. I'm just doing that now.
Not as much as last time.
That's still like 20 damage.
It's 18. And the bleed is replaced with bleed 4. So,
Okay, so how would you like to slaughter this disgusting, hideous howler? As another barb slides, you've got 2, like a jujitsu with the fucking girl who can stab herself with the nails. You have 2 barbs fully protruding through your hand.
basically,
Your other hand,
here's the head, here's the butt, cut in half.
cut, dismembered.
Yeah, that is high. You just need to beat an 11.
11.
Does 28 hit?
28 hits.
I think that beats an 11.
Is it a critical?
Did you hit it?
No, but you do take 4 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
What is a great X crit on?
I did 10 damage.
Probably
10
just
damage?
Yeah, but I think it's a times 30.
It has 27 damage already out of its 37 hit points, and you just did 10 damage.
Yeah.
How would you like to end
Yeah, baby.
the beast with the great axe?
That's what I've been waiting for.
As your
Do it
head
the same
is
way.
literally
Good enough.
impaled just by how many strange black barbs
No
covered his
flashy
body.
shit in this party,
With
just
the
kill him as
head
efficiently
of
as
the
possible.
creature coming to Cornell's.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh my fucking
Rock quickly chops off its head,
Oh, thank God.
decapitating it to let it bleed out. As Brock checks his words as a second.
Well, make a reflex save for me. You need to do that instantly as you kill this creature. That one. Okay.
You lose.
Take-
Guys, imagine
You take
failing.
five more points of piercing damage as the barb is snapped off into your arm, and you feel energy draining you just from it being in there.
That's 13 damage. Alright, guys, I'm gonna be unconscious for a week.
Oh, you just need to heal. Right.
But you see something is odd.
It certainly feels on.
Ahead of you, that glow is brighter.
Viper, no!
Viper is not looking good.
I try to pull it. It's fine.
I don't think we're done here. The glow's still over there.
Yeah, I have a fair fit so as well.
How you feeling, man?
Oh, good, but after this shit, I feel old.
As Grok swigs an unidentified potion.
How's my horse? I'm looking for the spine.
I will stop
It's in one of the back legs.
I attempt to extricate it.
Make a heal check for me.
I'm good at these.
It makes a full round of actions to remove 1 quill.
Cool.
D6.
I stop.
It's pretty well jammed in there. And if you want to remove it, it's better just to cut off the leg at this point.
Cornell! Get over here!
Oh my god.
I'm going.
Alright!
I'll
done.
limp over because as of raging, all the wounds that healed just opened.
So,
Like
I
air
can
vents, but
only
blood
do
vents.
one thing at a time.
That's fine. 10 to the
It's 2. Okay, what's going on?
poison dart stuck in his leg. Yeah, please.
Is his leg broken?
No, it doesn't appear
Stuck in
broken.
it.
But it is like lying on its side. Its leg wounded that is the one stretched out. You
Don't
can see
die.
there appears to be claw
Please don't
marks
die.
that are bleeding, but specifically a large circular indent
Shit.
about 2 inches wide.
I can give it a go, but I don't work with animals.
Just get it out of his leg.
Okay.
And because of how big this horse's leg is, like it's gone through Murky's arm and Grok's arm. This thing is solidly embedded in a lot of muscle.
We can save him, right?
I don't make promises.
We can save him.
Do you have healing supplies?
I don't have supplies, but I can use cloth and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like how to, like, healing kits may give you like pliers for removing said wound, but you're gonna have to finger it. So,
Wait, okay.
and you are now.
I do have like a relatively like a knife that I use to just for everyday purposes.
You also have like now understood the toxicity of the similar barb. Make a check for me.
It's not your point.
Natural 20. You apply pressure to this place, and you can see the black veins that sprout out from an
Put your hand
infection
here.
that's
Put your
trying to grow.
I'm gonna make a small incision. We gotta get it out
He's
first,
shuddering.
and then we'll
He's suffering.
wrap it up tight. All right. You need a little bit more pressure. All right.
I can't. I'm literally
I'm
holding it as
cutting
hard as I
I'm cutting.
can.
Opening it slightly, just like almost kicks like Cordell in the nuts,
Oh crap!
but almost.
Please don't. And then as I get it out, I'll just take a rip of the tapestry, some thick material.
There's the
I'll
bed
do
cloth if you want to do
I'll
that.
do the bedcloth, and I'll just do normal dressing. Do we have any sort of alcohol, something to dress a wound with?
We gotta.
You can
Yeah,
see
right.
that there is definitely some sort of like a necrosis.
Do you have at least
Growth.
water?
You get like a bottle of gin or something.
Yeah, I guess I'll use that.
Man, waste.
Alright, you're right. Tied off.
Well done. This horse is probably still out of action for about an hour. It seems very frazzled. The bodies around it aren't making it appear to want to move at all. It is actually like, with the rest of its legs feeling comfortable, it pushes itself to the edge of the
How many
kind of
rounds was it?
fall.
I'm unconscious.
Oh god.
You see behind you, he's been standing up totally fine, and you just see behind you.
Yeah, I'm bleeding profusely.
Did he get poisoned?
You see in his good arm, there is a solid black.
I think
Solid black.
thing
ball.
to
Oh, we should
stabilize.
probably help him out. Okay, well, let's just get up, and I'm completely
How
fine.
does stabilize checks work?
Could you take out the two of them?
I'll help Grok get the stuff out of you safe, Mogi.
Sure.
Clearly dying.
Yeah.
You good at healing?
And
I will assist you in getting them out.
I am bleeding 4 hit points every round.
No. Can you heal yourself?
Like-
I mean, are you good at heal
That's
skill?
what it does. That's not it.
I will.
Like fish and medicine at all.
You turn around, you grab some of the other cloths, spread it.
That's fucking hilarious.
Okay, I will do provide first aid,
Okay.
which is a DC 50.
Try to remember and get rid of it.
Fingers crossed.
I think you're. What's your?
That's a 10.
That's 1 round. Should I do a save?
Uh,
I remember back in the day. I was a doctor.
Cornell's full round goes through. No progress is made. The cloth is too loose. The wound. You realize that the barb is still in his right arm. Now the arm least wounded is now poisoned, basically.
I forget. Does the bloodstorm work on poisons, or just disease?
Any lesser
Well, we got
effect,
bloodstone
poison,
if you want.
Oh wait, is this dealing with a poison?
the barb specifically is, and I would count it for both.
I rolled
if you
my
want.
check. I didn't stabilize.
So then I'm not doing a provide first aid. I'm doing a treat. I guess I could.
He's suffering wounds from his own thing, but the quill does its own.
It's probably treat wounds.
I'm just doing the bleed
Spike
that I am, so just because I
Yeah.
the other thing
That's
is.
a DC 15, but it takes 10 minutes.
I work so that's 10 minutes. I'm bleeding. I'm losing 4 hit points a round.
You're bleeding on too fast.
I know it's like in 4 rounds you overshot. it's now just dead.
Yeah.
Your weapon's too strong.
I can go to -30, but if that's still
Wait,
too
why
much.
do you have full bleed?
I inflict my weapon inflicts bleeding on the enemy and myself.
That's behind. I like that.
It's slightly stronger than in the other one, but
You don't have any healing? Jake?
No, I don't have any healing. I'm a man.
I thought you were an
I'm
alchemist.
feeling like if I'm hard to kill, it means like half my penalty.
Yeah.
Alchemist, I have to take a feat to give my stuff to other people.
Ah, shit. I didn't know that.
So make me one more check for the
Sure,
team.
One more check. Me.
Can you do that?
Can you fail?
Give me a day, I need to rewrite
Yeah,
that.
Don't have a point.
Wait.
Okay.
Isn't it like a DC 15 stop bleeding?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't count.
You actually,
That's
Loki has 2 quills in his body, and the DC for that is 15, but then for every 5 above it, you remove an additional quill. So he gets to remove with a natural 20 both quills,
nice.
infecting you with a type of poison, on top of that curing. Doesn't,
Did that stop my bleed? Or
I will say yes.
Okay.
But specifically, it's more like the bleed was emphasized because you had a necrotic energy pulsing through your body.
then I will no longer
I just want to say, usually I have
don't
like tools and a bench to do this on, and like some way of making them not bleed out to death.
Right, well, I'm too close stuck in me. Could you?
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
I gotta get self-sufficient feet. Right, come here.
Right.
Sit down.
Okay.
Where is the barb?
Oh,
Two in the arm.
right here.
Right. Okay.
At least they're fully through.
What I'm gonna is it poison? That's what I've asked.
Necrosis, but in the deeper sense, it isn't poison.
I'm going to cut the blood circulation through the upper extremity, so I'll stop it at the elbow, and then I'll try and remove it.
Sure, I got demonic
You can
magic
see,
here,
yeah,
so just pull it out.
red energy's already pulsing his body.
Fair enough. Okay, well that's 17, so I pull out one.
Well, that one.
I don't actually know if you're able
Right.
to.
It's a heal check to pull it?
Yes. Heal check takes a full round
Yeah.
for removing 1 quill.
We should keep those quills.
Maybe we should.
This is causing the target to become sickened until all embedded quills are removed. So, in essence, you're feeling a kind of draining sickness.
Where's our screen? You should have helped that part. He hasn't missed it.
And that's a
Yeah,
20
weird.
for the next one. More natural.
It's not good.
The other one is pulled from your arm, tourniquet, wrapped.
Wow. I'll undo the time.
Properly wrap it instead of it just
Fucking weird.
his arm falls off.
So like,
You abandoned us.
I'm out of alcohol, but I feel like a drop or two on it. And I just like
You just like finger the inside of the jar to get something. It burns. Like you feel the burning. You haven't felt it in a while. It's been a while since you've been shot.
You're
Similar type of hole.
Fix that up. I hope.
Yeah, it's gonna leave a scar.
How do you have magic yet? I have to do all the work.
Look, I used to be a practitioner, but I forgot. Look, when you learn magic, you have to forget things to learn spells. Equivalent exchange.
That's not true. It's not, I know.
The retarded wizard of the West.
You have a very
It's not true.
unique brain that I'd like to study deeply one day.
That's wild. All right.
Look, I can try to study and re-remember it.
I don't look. Your horse ain't moving for like another hour. Probably shouldn't be putting pressure on it either.
I'm gonna pull the venom sacs out of these demons.
Are there no other quills that I need to be aware of?
No, grab the quills.
Yeah, they're on the floor. I'm not touching them.
I'm gonna load it up and see if I can give Scree some new ammunition.
Some bark quill.
Of
Okay.
course. But I'm guessing they probably poison it. It'll actually pack a kick.
There is a deep red glow, and it's like revealing something that isn't visible. It's glowing luminescently around the corner of something that is supposed to be. You're looking at the edge of a wall, revealing something behind it. You can't see it, but you can see it is emanating a similar glow to the necromantic style of magic.
Technically, I can't see that, but I switched to aura reading.
I'll give it to you. It's the same equivalently, like bright red as the others.
Wait, that worked out good stuff. Alright.
Right, I'm gonna go investigate that rat.
Well, maybe don't do that. Because there's a group of us, and considering I'm the only one that isn't half dead, I guess for your horse counts as part of it. Maybe let's just recuperate our strengths
I still feel like I'd rather know what this evil thing is around us.
I feel like
We start dying because of tracks and evil.
I feel like at least enough.
Well, after a minute passes, Rock is just scratched.
No, I feel fine. Well, that's how I live.
At least take. Are you still glowing? Is he still glowing?
He basically is. Even a minute afterwards, it's just very, very slowly disappearing.
This with the red ink. All right. Well, we still got that. Still got the ink on. We should be able to see.
Right.
I'm gonna keep these people covered.
Where's the internal torch?
They ate it. They bit the torch.
Before you lit your own torch.
I did, and it bit it.
The other one is in his hand.
Right. Well, let's scream.
What? Oh, you mean this one?
You're goddamn familiar.
It's not bad.
Scream. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
He just has kind of like a weird like dance bob in front of him.
Alright, well, I'm gonna check it out.
Okay.
Scream, keep watch.
Do you want me to come with you?
Sure, we'll be safe.
Okay. Good.
He moves in the direction of the green light.
Take monkey, yeah.
Sure. I'll keep a keen eye.
Even touching one of the barbs is, even the remnants that were pulled out of their bodies, is icy cold. Like you're touching something completely frozen and you feel like your hand could stick to it. It's that type of cold.
I pull my crossbow away. I take out 2 pins that are restraining its arms, and I pull it back in and it collapses in on itself. Put it back in, I put the case, I pull out my Quizney's kit, close it, I'll go to the corpse, and I will spend 10 minutes harvesting venom from it. Assuming there's venom inside it, the DC for this, it's a survival check. Fucking, that's not good.
Mm-hmm.
The DC is 15 plus the CR.
CR3.
Yeah.
DC 18.
Makes a lot of sense.
Am I just on the ground, fucking unconscious?
Basically.
Oh, good.
Well, after
You
an
fail?
hour, I can maybe be.
Let's watch it.
Survival. Plus 1 for 9. Fail by 5 or more exposes me to 1d3 times.
Sorry, sorry.
So I am exposed to 1 dose of its venom. What is it?
Perfect. You fail. You take 2 points of necrotic damage. All you do is, in the attempt to extract the venom, you break off the top of this thin, long barb. And then inside, the ichor that seems to drip from it is, once aerated, somehow becomes... You know, actually, I changed my mind.
Yeah, you're each hour you can make off that.
Damage is only dick. You take 9 points
become disabled,
of
and that's
acid
something else
damage.
Okay, for mine. Not going to intense the second one.
Have you read disabled?
You should do it.
Do it.
And I'm going to give
I
you...
really can't do
I didn't realize until 5 seconds before I rolled that it's a survival by the craft. That is unfortunate.
It holds basically a similar essence to this, but is exactly what this is.
I don't get it if I don't.
I know, I'm just going to... So you understand it. I think you understand it.
Shit, I can make this so easy.
Yes, please.
Never mind, the craft is close. But it's cheap as shit. Good.
What you see is it's coming from that direction. As Cornell and Grok move forward, you know what, I'm just going to say it and describe it. It's better that way. It's already better. As you bend the corner, as the elevation seems to harshly change, manageable, but now with what greets you is a very different space. The source of the bright red glow appears to be the center of an ancient room. Pages and books appear scattered around the floor, ripped, torn, exposed, open. Bookshelves that appear at the edges of this stone room, made of stone, but broken, decrepit. covered, saturated in that same red fungus. But it seems to be glowing very, very dimly, as it appears to be growing over, up, and around piles of books. You see 3 distinct piles of books surround the edge of this tree, this grown tree underground, semi-underground. There's still open light above you to darkness. But you see this tree is not a tree. You see books. Books on books on books make the largest stem of this tallest tree, but the books are bound in moss, in glowing crimson fungus. Books that span 30 feet tall. And then here's the weirdest part. Branches extend from these piles of books, the center pile of books, but these branches snap into Cornell's memory as there is a grating sound as you approach, and it's not out loud, so they don't notice. It's in your minds. Bodies that appear to have grown through the outer branches of these trees, bodies that are strung up over a not like the willow tree you saw before, but a similar sized tree, extending branches filled with bodies that seem to be alive, twitching and moving like they are not alive, but very reactive to your movement, to your light. They are so high, pinned to the upper areas of the tree. You get at the flamethrower.
Yeah, you're right.
And the lift of the car. Damn it!
Get my flamethrower.
It is 30 feet back.
I don't know if I should be leaving.
Oh, I'm gonna stand here and wait to burn this shit down. I'm not gonna get much closer.
But you also notice, like an autumn day, pages fall from the tree. They seem to peel away with moss covered. They are emerging and then slowly falling. And Grok, as a page falls in front of you, you realize it is just ink trails, like a page covered in black veins.
It's very unique house decoration.
Wait, there's like no words on it, it's just...
Like trails of ink, veins across the pages. No words decipherable. This tree of red fungus, the Cornell. You see there is a hole in the center of that tree, but it's a tree covered in fungus, and it's a tree made of books. You can see the geometric piling to make it, but somehow there is a central hole that to you was a bright green.
Or I'm gonna come back with it. If you want, you can investigate the books, but I'm burning all this down. This does not deserve to exist in this world.
So Groklegs.
Is there anything else in Torch on the tree?
I recommend you look at the books and see if there's any interesting grimoires or anything.
I'm not touching this.
That's probably for the best.
Is there anything else aside from the central tree?
Well, it looks like other areas around here look to be half hollowed out den-like holes. Something that could fit whatever these strange, monstrous dog things were. But there's no sign of vegetation.
What does the corpse look like?
A body, like an armored uniform covered in a kind of black liquid, which you remember leaking from their mouth. It has this strange, very dark crimson texture. Sorry, like tone difference with some light. But you also notice that there is a distinct pattern. All of these people, especially the ones that appear to be emerging from this tree, there's not many other ways to describe it. They don't seem like the bookish type. Not like they would be the type to go to a bookstore. They look rough.
Big burly man.
Burly. Some very young. Some women still burly.
Big women. So the property eventually come back.
Yes?
I'll make my way towards where the glow is. I'll stay 5 feet back.
The glow appears to be in the center, 5.5 feet up in this pile of books that makes the center tree.
Do I see anything inside that little hole? Not stick my head in, just looking from back.
Looking from 2 feet back, 3 feet back,
4 feet,
4 feet back.
I don't want to get closest.
Yes. You're not sure if it's the thing that's glowing. There appears to be a large piece of bone that is barely cresting out of the top of this hole. Looks very jagged, kind of like a spine, just the top of it. And then you hear a sound. As Grok is left and has not been gone for longer than 40 seconds, you all hear that sound in your heads as you get in eye. As long as you're in eye periphery of these bodies on branches, they make this sound in your brain that is almost scrambling to concentrate around it. But it is, again.
Cool, now like, alright. You seem very distracted by this.
Honestly, it's not my favorite sort of vacation place. It's not the type of environment I want to be in.
I could definitely agree with that. This looks like hell.
Yeah.
We're in heck, guys.
Anyways, do you want to do the honors to burn in this place?
Someone's telling me we should take a look at it. A little bit more closely.
What's telling you that? Something's telling me that we'll get possessed and become if we go through the slip.
I agree. Someone's telling me that as well.
Okay, now if you want to do that, I'll look at the books and probably pop some mimicry.
Why don't you take a look at that little hole right over there?
No.
In the center of this strangely dull red glowing tree, there is one.
I'll stay back.
For Grok, there is
refusing to move in this area.
it's a dull red glow coming from the tree, but the hole that he's pointing to is just black.
Yeah, no.
They couldn't even fit in there.
Not even my dog could see.
It is maybe a head in size, like a human head.
Gargle activate.
Really,
Far side.
really just reach your arm in.
Well, what does he see on our side?
Okay. You actually, even moving from the same angle that Cornell's looking in, you can see a faint necromantic aura coming from what looks to be a piece of spine emerging from that hole. And that hole is black, but there is that faint bit of red glow of necromancy that kind of glows out through the hole. Honestly, doesn't look dissimilar from the spine that they were fucking with, Simmer's spine. But it's just the little end bit poking from the black hole.
Right, that's a red glow.
Yeah. There's green in there, but
That is a red flag right there.
that is certainly a red flag there.
I mean, the whole scene is a red flag.
Here's my guess. I'm gonna just brainstorm. I'll put my hand in the air. I touch the spine, and then 2 skeleton arms grab my arm and pull it.
Alright, you want me to burn in the tree while that's happening?
I think we just get it done, we just burn it, or we just grab it right now. It's really up to you, but I ain't doing that.
No, just give me a moment. I want to look for these books to see if there's anything interesting.
I'm gonna go wait at the entrance.
So, forbidden knowledge call. Please stay somewhat closer to me.
No, I can see you. You got this.
As pages covered in trails of ink fall around you, it's like an autumn leaves. It is this just very disturbing, like somehow there's an infinite amount of paper that is peeling away from the center tree and just drifting around you.
Well, there's a pile of books of moss covered in it.
Yes.
Grok will try to pick one of them to see if there's anything in it.
Okay. I want to make it like a careful check. How do you...
I mean,
Carefully removing something from something else.
would that be
Unless
a
you're just
sleight of,
ripping it out.
Grok would just rip it. Probably.
Okay.
Sleight of hands, I guess, is a careful check.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
I'm not trained in it, so it has to be a DC of 10.
I will give you a DC of 10 if you want to do that. Or if you want to... Like, it depends. If you're not being careful, then you don't have to. But if you're worried, which it sounds like...
Don't worry, I'll watch you.
I mean, Grok is worried.
Keep covered.
But
I'm going to watch you down.
sure.
I'll give you
I'll do an untrained sleight of hands. That's possible.
you don't even know if it is like living enough to react to it.
It's
But you're...
-2 with DC 10. Okay. So that's pretty hot.
Don't make any enemies.
That's a 7.
And
So, you see, on one of the smaller piles, you're saying,
Yeah, just a pile.
Do you see those red caps there? There are 3 that surround it. They are actually books that are stacked, only a small amount of books that are stacked around.
Alright.
So 3 small piles of books in a triangular position surround this larger tree, but it's a tree made of books covered in moss.
Let me be honest, I feel like the books are roots. So, like, and it is.
Yeah, I'm just seeing if there's actually anything in here.
Alright, you got
Pull,
it.
and you grab the pages, and you see the binder appears to like be caught back. You can rip out the pages without the binder, but it seems like almost as you try to tug it out, the binder snaps backwards, holding firm to the moss in the pile, while the pages inside appear to be able to be ripped out, but are not so easy to
Was
just.
there any titles on the books or anything?
You look at this one and you can see the drag marks. But interestingly, because you picked from one of those piles, you notice that there is a title. A title that says
How to get girls.
Folklore in the Kitchen.
Let's fucking go. I love that shit.
Alright, so they're not all completely things. That's good. There's a book that says, it's about folklore in the kitchen.
What does that even mean?
No clue.
A book by Abigail Rotten.
By Abigail Russell.
That is ironic, because it is a stinky, muscular book.
Yep, right next to a rock tree.
Do you rip out the pages from the binder?
Hey, let's not touch the books.
I'm gonna see what happens. Right. Look, curiosity will kill this cat someday.
You should have stuck your fingers in the hole, man.
You see major parts. It's just a normal book, but I will give you that with your magical view, which you can keep pulling up, there appears to be this whole binder appears to be normal, but like the last page has a red glow, like necromancy. It's only once you rip it out, seemingly detaching it from its hole, and you actually realize that as you're holding it, the ink on the front pages just seems to slowly drip down and drip off, and the pages that you're holding seem to get wet and soggy and kind of slaw off
Yeah,
the greater binder that you were holding.
the book's dripping.
Right, it's all an illusion. Let's burn it all down.
Except-
Fuck this.
Except for that one red glowing page,
Well,
which I'm just going to give to you.
Okay.
Oh my god, the font size.
oh my god. It's so small. I don't want to be.
Just pick up the page.
What you read?
Get ready
Read
for
it out
some
for the flags.
Yeah, you're fat, me fine. Let's go that.
There's a real page in here.
We'll get
Is it
possessed.
bad or is it good? Please don't tell me it's about folklore and Christmas. I swear to God.
It is.
It's sounds like a lovely meal.
He's not reading deep enough. You'll get there.
I'm not reading the paragraphs, but it uses onions, garlic, king potatoes, sacrificial verbs.
What?
Healthy young chap with divine ambitions. Oh, fuck!
That makes sense. I guess.
Right. I'm just gonna put this in my pocket and read that later.
So it's about eating people.
Yep, let's burn the tree down. Fuck this.
Now we're thinking in 4 dimensions.
That whole page might have been about ritual sacrifice, so, you know, who
Don't worry
knows?
about it.
That's fair. I
Go keeps it on.
Yeah, fair enough. And you...
Falcon lost his arm.
was gonna propose I stick my hand in the hole, but I guess I can't do that now.
But I can
He-
halfway stop.
You know what, actually, I'm going to say he just burns all of the triangles around, the
And
book
it
triangles around.
burns the ring of
The-
fire.
You can go.
Do I do it?
The ring
You
of
really
fire.
want to
Step through the ring of
I
fire.
don't know. I feel like it's kind of.
The tree is not on fire, but everything else is.
everything's dangerous here.
I don't know. Like one part of me is telling me, yeah, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, because I feel like it's going green, it makes sense. And one part of me is also being like, there's some fuck shit that'll happen.
Cornell,
Yeah.
think about it this way. You have something inside of you
Yeah.
Fire.
with greatness. If you're truly in danger, that thing will save you.
I don't think that's how that works at all.
Believe in yourself.
Felix will add his 5 points to your roll.
Will you
That's what it
save
means.
me?
I'll
If-
have my 4.
If I have to roll a dice here, will you add your 5 points?
I won't burn down the tree.
What the heck? Fair enough.
Do it.
That's
If
good.
you start getting attacked by the tree, I'll throw it
The tree will die.
I will get this story moving, I guess. I'll walk up to the front of the tree. I didn't want David's work to go all up in flames, so to speak.
The bodies above you begin to twitch.
Hey, shut
You can see most of their mouths are protruding with branches.
I'll remember what the Kalian said, and I'll.
You've been posting a backstory called Kalia. Oh my god.
I did.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
you made it, not bad.
I know.
I love that name.
I'll reach in. I'll look around for something, a book.
Me and Marky just see.
Roll a death save.
The distant explosion.
Roll a die check right now.
You feel you touch something and it's bone, and then it slithers away from you.
Makes sense.
Do you reach in deeper?
Okay, yeah, whatever's in that is moving and alive.
As he emerges his hand, not like he actually grabbed anything, a book bound in bark, covered in glowing red moss and bark.
Another address.
Good. Take.
And it burns. The ring of fire.
Alright.
The ring of fire.
Yeah, I get that bit. I'm sure that's it.
Brock, as you look to the ground near your burning pile of everything on the ground, papers lit, they're dry, like wind-battered bark is burning beautifully. But you notice there is, once again, one book that's kind of been pushed to the side, half covered in this fungi, but you realize that isn't what's glowing, it's a page in the book like before. You can just burn it.
I should get it on the page.
Yeah.
This
Here,
is
I'll
important knowledge.
I'll keep burning this side.
It appeared to be right next to the pile that you had actually picked up from just before.
Okay, Chuck will pull it out.
That would be useful too.
Written also by Abigail Rotten.
Wow. Maybe we found ourselves a witch's den. A little hag.
Oh, quality.
What's the Pokemon?
Grok is a misogynist, sure. What the fuck?
That was fun.
Keep attacking the tree and more books will keep
There's
falling out.
something familiar.
Yeah. Alright.
Well, I guess that's a good thing. We found a second tome.
It ain't no thing.
Let's go back to where Moki and Belmont.
But this is such a nice seating.
Okay, I'm gonna. Come on, if you're that tired, I will carry you.
I should walk. I'm too heavy for you.
Behind you, one last.
Definitely not.
Well, I feel embarrassed.
Fair enough.
He's been fat shamed a few too many times.
And as you exit the cave, knowing you survived a third of the journey,
Sick.
maybe more, maybe less,
Didn't mean to really fuck me. Like, oh, it's a nice little hop, skip, and a jump west of.
Why did I actually get homework?
you emerge to the group, and I think we will end this session here. Higher.
They fall.